3, 2, 1.
No, we're live. That's what it is. It's just, and we are. All right, welcome to Game Day Live on Gridiron Hub. I'm Stang. As always, this is Oz right here. Say hi.
Hi. Hello.
Oh,
and as you can see, it is in memoriam of Steve Price. He has died. He's gone. He got the Rona about 3-4 days ago. And I really shouldn't be smiling while saying this, by the way. It's a memoriam show. So no, he's unfortunately he's no longer with us. We are gathered here today to bear wishes to Steve's family and let them know that they are welcome to move on with their lives, because screw Steve.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we should clear up the fact that we are chuckling along because Steve's probably watching this. He is genuinely
he's not
no, he's not. He is in hospital with the Rona. It is out there. Ladies and gentlemen, be kind of safe and wash hands and all that sort of stuff. It is out there. It can take you down, and if it can take Steve, down, it can take each and every one of us down. But get your jabs and all that sort of stuff.
That's
if you want
exactly
to. If you want
to, your body, your choice. But at the same time, don't be a dickhead and think of others.
Yeah, don't go around licking folk. Rona's not a fun thing to have, as our esteemed leader can verify. It's a bad time. But yeah, welcome to Game Day Live on Gridiron Hub. We have got all kinds of games going on. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you might think that we're all flash and all that. We're not as fancy as Steve. We don't have a million fucking things. I've got notes because that's how I roll, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got my brain, so we are really behind.
Yeah, well, this is the basic setup, folks. Is I'm going to sort of like introduce things and say something's happened, and then I'm just going to defer right across to this guy who actually knows football. I don't. I know kind of bits and pieces. I've played it for a long time. But
this guy knows football. This guy knows football.
He's in. This guy's in on football. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of like we're going to rattle through a few kind of games that are on today, and then hopefully as they rattle through on our other kind of our other piece of witchcraft, it will tell us what's happening. My missus has just said in memoriam. Nia, he's not dead. We were having a bit of a crap joke at the start. It's fine. She's in the other room going, what? No. So in the 7 League, we've got the Bulls versus the Aztecs. We've also got the Black Knights versus South Wales Warriors. We've got Swindon Storm versus Hereford Stampede. In the Mercia, we've got Crew Railroaders versus the Leicester Falcons. We've got the Surge versus the Revolution. In the South East, we've got the Sussex Thunderbolts versus the East Kent Mavs. The Essex Spartans versus the East Essex Sabres. London, Kent Exiles versus London Warriors. London O's versus the Blitz. East Anglia, we've got Ouse Valley versus the Colchester Glads. Then we've got Sussex Thunder versus the Bournemouth Bobcats. Torbay Trojans versus Somerset Wyverns. And then the Wembley Stallions Oxford State versus the Oxford Saints. Hertfordshire Cheetahs versus the London Hornets. And the Lee Miners versus the Lancashire Wolverines. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you kept up with that, you're doing better than me.
Now, have we had some games already? Because I'm just having a look, and it looks like Sandwell and the Phoenix.
That was yesterday.
Played?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
We had some Saturday games.
Yeah, there was the Saturday game, and I think it went kind of badly for Sandwell. Awful sorry with their brand new head coach.
Well, I mean, it doesn't 61-0 doesn't like it went too badly, considering what could have happened.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Brand new head coach brought in, going, all right, lads, this is the revolution. This is how it's going to work. Oops.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it is Tamworth. It's what you sort of expect from them. They are just, an awesome powerhouse of a team. That's
exactly it. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, Tamworth are pretty much going to roll most teams in their division at least. So 61-0 considering, it's not the end of the world.
However, ladies and gentlemen, the big question is: are the Titans creeping up to be Tamworth standard? Could they rock them next year when they all come together? Manchester, Mersey, Tamworth. Could they? I can't believe you're not introduced producer. Yes. Could they roll them? Ladies and gentlemen, in the background here, because me and Oz are too thick to use this system, we have producer James, who is a handsome gentleman. He popped up briefly to go, hi, and then popped off straight into the background. There he is, look at him.
Oh, no, he doesn't pop up. He doesn't pop up on his own accord. Yeah, he doesn't pop up on his own accord. I'm filling in for Steve in the role of bringing James in when he doesn't want to be brought in.
Yeah, you can bring me in whenever you want, us.
So I spend the entire stream watching down below to see when James is not paying attention.
Inopportune moment.
And then I'm just like, bam, let's bring him into the stream. So that's.
I'm just gonna get naked, but I don't pop it off. I'll just flash.
Yeah, that's Steve's favorite pastime is trying to catch James just unawares. So I am going to be trying to fill in for him.
That's absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan of that. He'll be sat there just like that. I go.
Oh, he wouldn't freak out. He would double down and just go to second level. So,
pick as a winner.
Yeah, there'd be no freaking out right there. It would be just a casual.
Straight just staring.
Yeah, no blinking.
Oh, they just right there. You go. So welcome to Gameday Live. That is the big question. Can Manchester kind of topple them? Will anyone ever beat the Warriors? And and that's pretty much it.
I mean, if you go back, it was only a few years ago. Tamworth beat the Warriors in the semis and then beat the Blitz in the final. So to answer that, yes, people will beat the Warriors, but whether it's this year, we don't know. And I think the way that Manchester have gone about putting together their setup, I reckon that they could definitely look at rivaling Tamworth. Either I'm not sure about this year, but from next year, once they're all in the same. You have frozen. Once you're unfrozen now, but once they're all sort of in the same, we go back to regular Premier Div 1, Div 2, everything like that. I definitely think that they could put the shits up them, to put it bluntly. So,
what does producer James reckon? Bring him in. There he is. Hiya.
Well, as a native of actual Tamworth, because the Tamworth Phoenix don't actually play in Tamworth anymore, I have to side with Tamworth.
You're never going to get better analysis than that. It's not biased in any way, shape, or form.
I say Tamworth because I'm from there, so sure you're right. So I mean, we've always got like the kind of the matchups to look for, but anyone sticking out for yourself today?
I mean, I'm always going to be more locked in on the southern sort of matchups, just because that's where I played. You know, I played for what used to be Farnham, and now Rushmore, and then I played for Portsmouth. So I've played against Solent. I never got the chance to play against Sussex, but I've been down, watched a few of their games, played against Bournemouth. So those games are always going to stick out for me more. And the Sussex-Bournemouth game, I would hope that Sussex wins it comfortably for them, because at the moment there's a big disconnect between Solent and Rushmore, and then Bournemouth and Sussex at the moment. And if you're Sussex, you want to get that separation from especially with Portsmouth having folded and dropped out. So you want to make sure that there is still a bit of clear tier gap from yourselves and Bournemouth there, and they'll be looking to prove that today. In terms of the northern teams, I don't really know enough about them. I'll be honest. Like, I only ever know what I see from results and things like that. I don't think Doncaster's playing today, which makes me sad, because I've got a little thing in my heart now after 2 weeks ago, the hashtag pray for Donny. And then I really enjoy rooting for teams whose social media is active. So the Caesars, the Railroaders definitely. Who was it that? So the Caesars is one. Like, Grant, I think, has got their Twitter back up and going after the last sort of I think it was 2 years it was inactive for, and Grant's always popping in the chat here as well. The other teams, I can't for the life of me remember them, but I was a big fan of them. They played Scunthorpe 2 weeks ago and lost, and I can't remember who they were. This is horrendous. I'm really sorry.
But God bless them, they were great.
They were.
They were whoever you were fabulous.
Yorkshire Rams, I have a big fan. Yeah, I do like the Yorkshire Rams. Their social media team's always massively keeping things updated on that front, and they're probably the closest team for me where I'm based now. So, because no offense, Bobcats, you guys are shite. So don't really want to go following them. So yeah, Also, always keen to see how the Rams get on as well.
I've just noticed that producer James has turned into Tom Cruise. He must be away from his sheep. He's with audio only.
Oh, he's turned his camera off. He's a smart man. He's wandered away.
He's naked, isn't he? Lincolnshire Bombers. Oh, he is watching. God bless you, Steve Price.
It is the Lincolnshire Bombers. That is the team that I thoroughly enjoy. In memoriam, James is definitely there. So in memoriam of Steve Price. We are dearly beloved. We are gathered here today to remember Steve. So much so that we've actually logged somebody into his Facebook to get them commenting.
Oh, terrible! Yeah, but I'm there's there's bits and pieces. I'd like the Bulls to do well against the Aztecs.
Yeah,
a big fan of Mark Padgett when he used to be there. I used to love that. Black Knights versus South Wales Warriors. I don't know how well Black Knights are going to do there, but God bless them, they'll give it a damn good go.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a rough start to the season, and also the fact of the Warriors are a little bit of a boogeyman team in terms of because of a certain individual, they get a bit of a bad rap on social media. So I'm sure the rest of the team it probably isn't so bad, but it just means that everybody's sort of rooting for unless you're from that part of Wales, everybody's rooting for the source. To at least put a decent performance up, and we can thank the Breens for that as well for just giving us the source because
oh blimey, but Swindon Storm versus Hereford Stampede. What do you reckon, Storm?
I would say so. I think so. Yeah, it's based on recent results. It's probably going to have to fall that way.
Pretty much. Crew versus Leicester. I mean, again, I would love, just for their social media, I'd love for Crew to give it a damn good go. But I think Leicester are just going to roll them.
Yes.
I would say. Beggars.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're looking at least a 40-point gap there between Leicester and Crew, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just aware of something that's been put in the comments section from Mr. Price, but I'm not sure if we're allowed to comment on that. But we'll leave it to him.
I'm assuming that's in relation to old mate from South Wales, serving game one of his 3-game ban. So
yeah. I wasn't sure if we're allowed to say that after what was too controversial.
No, it's public. No, it's public. It's in the public domain. Everybody knows about it. It's not too bad.
But yeah, well, screw that guy. Then we've got the Surge versus the Revolution. I mean, I've played both of these way back when I was in one of those helmets. But you've got to favour the Revolution there over the Surge. I just think they're a better outfit, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Any given Sunday and all that nonsense. We say what we want.
Everything, yeah. Thanks for that, Steve. We do indeed. Go back to being dead. One of the only thing that I ever really remember about the Revolution is that we did probably about 3-4 months ago in the sort of the midst of COVID when everything was just dead and we were doing these live streams and we were rating teams' logos, and I'm just all I remember about the Revolution is they just became the fidget spinners just because their logo is just a giant fidget spinner. So that's the only thing that really comes to mind. And they're in that sort of part of the country that I just do not pay attention to. So I'm just like,
that sort of middly, top northeasty bit. Christ, you having a raid outside yours?
Man, I live opposite a police station, so I figured the safest place to live was like, if I'm moving to Bradford, then the safest place for me to live is right opposite one of the main police stations. It's not. It's a real stupid idea because we've had SWAT across the road in my apartment building. We've had like police helicopters hovering above my apartment building, dog squads, everything. So it's not smart. People obviously think, well, if we're going to do crime, we might be right opposite the police station. They'll never think to live here. Look here, sorry. So yeah.
God bless the police and whoever works for them. Me, I'm a painter decorator, and on my weekends I pick up penguins. Next on the list we have the Sussex Thunderbolts versus the East Kent Mavs. East Kent, you're happy with that? Because East Sussex Thunderbolts, brand new.
Yeah, so that's their B team, from what I understand. It's sort of their like new association setup sort of thing that they've got going on there. I would say East Kent should roll them quite comfortably.
See, I'm a big fan of that. If you've got a massive roster, rather than kind of losing some of the team, some of your players that might not be in your top flight team, you at least give them like a social site, give them somewhere to go. Don't just kind of go, right, see you later, go off to your nearest team. You're not going to play here. So we'll tell you what, we'll stick another team in, and then if you boss the Thunderbolts, and you progress up and you say, you know what, I want to give the main team a go, you can do, but it's up to you. You might want to think, I'll stick with me mates and bring this club up.
It's a rare thing though, because very rarely will you find clubs that have the numbers to be able to do that. Like that is most of the time you're going to be looking at clubs that are struggling for first team numbers, let alone able to have enough for first team numbers and then go, you know what, let's bang a second side out. So.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, my old club, Halton, God bless them, Halton. They've just gone. They've thrown their the chips in and gone, that'll do for us. But I think if you have got loads, I think it'd be really nice to do it. So there's no one's like left behind, if that makes sense. If you're like a 12th string player, but yeah.
Producer James is definitely back. He's just flashed the in memoriam of Steve Price back up on the screen very, very briefly.
We're gonna have to keep clearing it up. He's not dead.
Not yet.
Well, hopefully not for a while.
Everybody dies eventually, Mikey. Stop.
Well, I know. But yeah, Essex Spartans versus the East Essex Sabres. Spartans.
Yeah, I think the Spartans, like based on they put what was it? Because I was out of the loop last week, so I didn't really catch a lot of the results and everything. But I remember from 2 weeks ago, I distinctly remember them putting sort of 40 or 50 on someone 2 weeks ago. So I would have to say, yeah, the Spartans would be comfortable winners there.
Fair play. Kent Exiles versus the London Warriors. Now, I really because it's like back in the day when it was somebody versus like Manchester United. You'd always support the other team because you just want someone to do them. I know it's a bad thing. I've got a lot of pals that play for the Warriors. I'm like, I've got pals that play for the Exiles. I love you guys, but stop being so good. Let someone else have a go. I mean, you let the Phoenix have a bit of a go, and then you went, nah, we're going to take it back. So, up the Exiles. Come on.
Well, the Exiles gave the Blitz they've given them the shits the last 2 times that they've played them. So you have to think that unless the gap between the Blitz and the Warriors is just that monumental, as it has been in past, but you have to think that they could at least hopefully give them a competitive game. So I think the Warriors will win, but let's go Exiles. Let's see a good game.
There you go. We are supporting the Exiles. London O's versus the. We say what we want. We're controversial. We're representing Gridiron Hub. Sorry, Steve. London O's versus the Blitz.
I think this should be a pretty comfortable victory for the Blitz. To be honest, the O's have been decent. They've been okay, but yeah, I think there's a clear gap in that. In that division, and depending on how the Exiles perform against the Warriors today, but I kind of feel like there's sort of 3-tier splits where you've got the Warriors, then the Blitz and the Exiles, and then the O's are below them. So I feel like this should probably be a comfortable double-digit victory for the Blitz today.
Fair play. Can't argue with you. Ouse Valley versus Colchester Glads. I know this was a bit of a disaster. Poor Nick Benning was scrambling around for refs because due to COVID, they pulled his referees. And he's like, I'm sorry, what? He says, yeah, we're not going to give you refs today.
Oof.
Oh, so I know, harsh. And it was like a couple of days beforehand. So he said, what are you doing on Sunday? I'm like, ooh, this, sorry.
Yeah.
A little bit. Guys, Bath, what's going on? Bath, why are we pulling refs out? Could you not have at least left one? So that all the poor other kind of level 1 guys that are trying to scramble around going, we don't actually know what we're doing. We know like this much, but there's all of this stuff. Leave one so that he's not completely on his own. but I don't know. I'd really like Who's Valley to win because, when we went out to Iceland, I kind of, found an affinity for them. God bless you guys. But
okay. I'm gonna go with the Gladiators just purely because a mate of mine is a guy called Crazy Dave. He used to play for the Colchester Gladiators. So
Crazy Dave.
Well, he's a Scotsman. Scotsman based out of the military base there in Colchester. So he played for the Gladiators while he was based out there, and he's just a mad Scotsman. So yeah, he earned himself the nickname Crazy Dave. So
is he still playing for him? Is he still involved with them?
I have no idea. I generally only seem to talk to him very, very fleetingly over sort of Facebook comments when you see like someone will post something and you drop a quick comment and stuff. We don't really have any. Haven't had a proper chat to him, but I've got love for the man because he's just a ballistic Scotsman.
Well, Crazy Dave, if you are watching or someone that knows Crazy Dave is watching, tell him to use the hashtag Gameday Live. Get involved. There you go. And that goes for every single one of you. Whatever you're doing today. Hashtag Gameday Live. Get involved. Let us know what you're doing so we can see it on our little other tab of.
Within reason. Like if you're out shopping at Lidl and you've got nothing to do with football whatsoever, I don't want to see a Gameday Live hashtag because I don't care.
I do though, because I will. If there's nothing going on, I'll pester you and say, "What are you getting? What were you having? Are you having a little cheeky cake because it's a Sunday?" Who knows? To go with your Sunday dinner. That's the sort of angle we're taking it. Sorry, Steve. I know you were thinking it's a hardcore sports show, but stuff it. We want to know if you're having chicken. Next on the list, we have the Sussex Thunder versus the Bournemouth Bobcats.
Yeah, so this is one where I think the Thunder really need to sort of establish themselves in that division as a clear step above. So they should be looking to win this and hopefully win it quite comfortably. But Bournemouth have been shown to be a bit of a tripping hazard in the past, so they could definitely get up for this game. But I'm gonna put my allegiance with the Thunder just because I've got more friends who play for that team than I do who play for the Bobcats.
Fair enough, can't argue with that. The Torbay Trojans versus the Somerset Wyverns.
Have the Wyverns played this season yet?
I want to say yeah. I'm sure. Didn't they win? Was it last week? Week before?
Yeah. If it was last week, I have no idea because I was just completely out of the loop last week. I want to say they maybe beat Swindon, possibly. I don't know. But
where's producer James when you need him?
James, give me some results. Give me something to put on screen here.
I can give you a tweet that I liked.
Oh, okay. Go on, go for that. Would love that. It's all right. We're waiting.
He drops out. The anticipation is building.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yes, I did see that actually. Yeah. So the Titans have said that they find themselves live tweeting this week's controlled scrimmage on the most Britball pitch you've ever seen. And then they followed it up with them talking to their venue about marking the pitch. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the controlled scrimmage goes and if there's actually any line markings at all.
I absolutely love Britball pitches. I love it when you can stand there and it kind of does this into the distance, and it's fantastic because that's exactly where they're going to throw the ball, so they know they can do the little toe drag because it's an extra 5 yards out from the rest of the line.
I've been quite lucky. I've been quite lucky in historical that I've never really played football on an awfully marked pitch or anything like that. Like we had one. We were versing the Mavericks, the East Kent Mavericks, and it was just a bog. And that was just because it had been pissing with rain for the past 2 weeks beforehand, and then so we played on that, and that was just plain in soup. But that wasn't the venue's fault. That was just just English weather. But in rugby back home, I've played on some I've played on some paddocks where literally it felt like someone had just put rugby goalposts up on a farm, and we were playing in a paddock because sometimes your preseason games in rugby in New Zealand, it's like you're just trying to find an open space to run around. So
well, lads, have at it.
yeah, that's it. What about the cows, sir? What about the cows?
Treat them as referees; they'll be fine. Oh, crikey! But yeah, I've been some absolute some corkers. Well, we've just had, there we go, from Darren Walker, the under-19 held at Wellingbury yesterday. The Northants Knights 22, Ipswich Cardinals 7, Ipswich Cardinals 41, Black Country Vipers 2, Northants Knights 12, Black Country Vipers 2. Really good games from all teams. Thank you very much for that, for Darren.
Yeah, we appreciate that update, Darren.
Yeah, good on you.
Looking at this is quite interesting, right? Because the Cardinals the Knights beat the Cardinals by 5, right? And then the Cardinals absolutely pants the Vipers by 39. But then the Knights only just struggled to beat the Vipers by 10.
There you go.
So a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Britball maths, because we were talking about what would happen if because I think it was essentially because the Aztecs had put 40 on Northamptonshire. I think it was on the not on Northamptonshire, sorry, on the Black Knights. They put like 40 on the Black Knights, and then someone else had put like 40 on them. And we were talking about what would happen. And then I think it was the Aztecs beat someone, and then that someone beat somebody else by 40. And we were sitting there and we're like, all right, so according to Britball maths, that would mean that you would assume you would lose by 80. But this right here is the prime example. Do you get what I'm saying, Mikey? You look confused. Team A beat Team B by 40.
Yeah.
And then Team B beat Team C by 40.
Yeah.
So you would assume that Team A could beat Team C by 80, based on that pure. But we've got right here in front of us the Knights 22-17 over the Cardinals, but the Cardinals blew out the Vipers, and then the Knights struggled against the Vipers. So
maybe the Vipers got good. Maybe they figured it out and watched the middle game and went, you know what? We're gonna work on this, and we're gonna become badass. But big thanks to Darren for picking that in. If you've got any other kind of content, send it in, because then we can do more mathematics. 40 plus 40 becomes 80.
Exactly. We do care. That's as much as myself and Steve will sit there and we'll rip on everything that isn't adult. We do actually care how the under-19s and the juniors. I never understand what the difference between junior and youth is. I never know which one's which, but
the youth is the younger one. Junior is the 19.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, we care how they get on. So if they're playing at the moment, send us in the results. Even if you play flag on the weekend, we'd love to know how you got on. So
that's it. I put that up in the Brooklyn Bowl chat to say if anyone's playing, hashtag Gameday Live, and let us know how you're getting on. We all care. I'm a big fan of flag. It's you get five people, some flag belts, a football, a pitch, and go for it. I'm a big fan of it. I didn't realize kind of how easy it was to do and how much fun.
Looking at that ball, are you playing flag with 4-year-olds?
No, I've got massive hands.
Okay. Well, apart from the fact that your head's like 3 times the size of it, so you got a massive nut as well. Your head's the size of a pumpkin.
I'm actually 9 foot tall. No, it's just my little sort of like halfway through, I'll start kind of pissing around. Normally it's a pen, but I need to be gripping something, or I get nervous, I guess. But yeah, moving on.
We've got some updates. So obviously it's now nearly 2 o'clock. It's just gone 2 o'clock. So we've got some kickoffs. The Titans are in their controlled scrimmage against the Vikings, and they've turned the ball over already within 1 minute in. And so the Vikings take over on the 35, and we've got the Wyverns have won the toss, and they're going to receive the ball to kick off. They're going to receive the ball to start the game, meaning that they're going to be obviously kicking it off in the second half, if you know how football works.
This is it. If you need to figure out how maths works and football works, join in to Gameday Live. We'll tell you exactly how it all goes down.
We've got some under-17s results as well.
Super duper. There we go. We have the Knights 22. Hang on, what were we looking at? Swindon Knights. Is this? Oh, Swindon. Sorry, they're the second team. Knights 22, Swindon 6. Knights 6, Cheetahs 43, Knights 36, Renegades 6. Renegades forfeited at half-time due to injuries. That's a bit of a shame, but we wish them all the best in
you hate to hear that. You hate to hear that, especially with the under-17s game. Don't get me wrong. I hate to hear injuries anytime, but when it's the young fellas that are getting hurt and you're having to call a game because of that. So we hope that nothing too major has come about from those injuries, and wishing those players all the best.
Fair play, but good on the Knights there. They've had a fantastic game by the looks of it on the under-17s. Fair play, 22-6, 36 is cracking results. Well played to you. So, yeah. And then, so to round up before we bounce on to the other little bits, Wembley Stallions versus Oxford Saints. Stallions?
Yeah, I say the Stallions, but we do have a bit of a soft spot for the Saints. I think it's either their head coach or their GM is quite an avid contributor to the stuff that we do here at Gridiron Hub. So he's always in, whenever they don't have a game, he's in the chats and things like that. He's on the live streams. So we and they are Steve's. I think because he's got quite a soft spot for the Saints because they've been a recipient of money from the Emily Fund recently. So nice. So he's got a bit of a soft spot. And he's taken them on as sort of an honorary team of his for this season, and they got absolutely pelted the last time he talked about it. So hoping for better results today.
Oh, blimey, we've just cursed them. That is the Britball curse. We say, hey, come on the Saints, and they get smashed. We've got Hertfordshire Cheetahs versus the London Hornets.
I'm going to assume the Cheetahs win this, but I don't like them. Like they're nice enough guys. I still like the team. I've had too many bad memories. I've lost a final against them playing for one team and kicked the crap out of them playing for another team, and it's just the guys are nice enough, but
whoa! We have the Somerset Wyverns after like 2 seconds. We only just popped up to say they're going to receive the ball. We've got a Somerset TD. We're going to. Wow!
I'm still waiting for their social media team to tell me that.
Yeah,
and there we go. First play they've just said. First play of the game, the Wyverns take it in for a touchdown, 6-0, courtesy of Will Standen. So Will Standen is standing in for a perfectly scored TD. So
touchdown! There you go.
The Vikings are currently they were at 3rd and goal. But then it was broken up in the end zone, so it's now 4th, and we're going to find out if they're going to go for it inside the red zone there, or whether we're going to see an attempt at a field goal. So we got some updates rolling through, which is great to see, guys.
Do we hold our breath at this point if they're going for it or not going for it and find out, and then we kind of find out?
No, right, for the sheer fact that team social medias sometimes they can be really good. Yeah, we would die. We would be dead before we got the update. So
we'd meet Stevie though at the gates, which would be nice. And then the last game that we were going to look at is the Lee Miners versus the Lancs Wolverines. And if you want to bet on the Miners, all the best to you. But
I'll take. I will. If you want to bet on the Miners, I'll take your money.
Yeah.
I'll send you my PayPal.
And just in case
throwing it away.
Yeah, he or any of his pals are watching. Is this the second game? Or I think it's Ross Dryden's first game going over to Wolverines. And good on you, Ross. You've shifted over to go and play with Handsome Jack and hopefully smash some Miners. It always sounds wrong. Hopefully they beat the Miners. And you're like, that doesn't sound right. Because, poor kids. You're thinking, well... I know that Lee have got a proud kind of mining heritage, but Miners, it just sounds like we're playing the nonsense. So let's look over to our little Duber and see if there has been any update.
There has been. We have got an update from the Titans that one of their players, nicknamed DK, has laid out and he's stopped the kick. So Titans ball off and blocked what looks to be a blocked field goal.
No good.
So this controlled scrimmage can't seem to control their kick unit, and Titans take over. So,
crikey, blimey.
This is going to be one of the more entertaining games for this division, I believe, because there's a lot of, obviously we've had like you mentioned, your old team in arms, Holton, they dropped out of this division. The Vikings have had a pretty easy run against. They put up 40-odd against the Senators. So this is the same division, isn't it? I need confirmation on this actually. Because I'm seeing the Vikings, and I'm assuming it's the Northumberland Vikings.
Yes, I think.
It is. Okay. Because I'm like, wait, is there more than one Vikings? Now I'm worried.
No, I don't think so. I think there's only one Vikings.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got me worried now. I'm waiting for producer James to kick in and say,
James, this is where you
cannot confirm nor deny.
You cannot. We are in trouble.
ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this, I think we've got a few followers now. Please write in and let us know, are there more than one Vikings, or are we just losing our mind at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon? It is possible. Who knows? This is anything could happen. It's Game Day live and direct to your face. So there you go. So any more updates from our magical witchcraft of first down? There we go. Manchester Titan live tweeting of the run of the changes, all sorts of crazy. Smashing. Big fan of a big fan of anyone that updates their social media, because it makes it a lot easier for us.
I think that the Titans social media man at the moment as well, their Twitter guru. I think he's also running the chains, because he did share a meme from Gridiron Memes, the one that they posted earlier of the trying to entice the. I'm just looking at it now. Trying to entice the rabbit while holding a knife behind your back, and so it's just got injured and forward players as the rabbit, and then the general manager's trying to entice the rabbit, and then behind the back we see the knife, which is running the chains. James is going to bring it up. So
there it is.
Thanks, James. I don't know how to screen share. I'm technologically inept.
I'm not going to lie. I've done this before when I was a GM at the Romans. You just look and you say, all right, we need 2 more. And it's just this look to the sideline. And you see people do this.
Oh,
I'm busy. I can't. I've got me missus. I can't do it. And you go like, bring your missus with you. You're like, oh, fine. And you're like, thanks, love you, thanks you. And then the next week, you're down to like 2 again. And you're like, where's your ball boy? You just do this look of, you. And they go, me.
No, it's 100%. I am exactly the same. I have been roped in, and it's not the ideal situation. You're trying to watch the game and just enjoy the game, and then someone's coming after you. Can you run the chains? Can you run the ball? No.
The thing is, if you're
out down the pitch,
if you're out injured, like, shut up, leave me alone. This is why we play this game, boys and girls. We play it because it fundamentally is kind of just a load of boys and girls pissing around in a field, having fun with a load of mates. It's brilliant. UKFL, leave our game alone. Sorry. So there we go. Lamar Bloomfield. Sam makes a first down on his legs. He's having a bit of a run out. Good on you.
So at the moment, we are still a little bit dry for updates. So if you've got anything, if you're in the loop and you know anything that's happening in any of the games, we'd love to hear it. So the Game Day Live hashtag on Twitter, on Instagram, any of the socials will pop up right in front of our screen, and even just in the comments as well. Don't be afraid to drop something in there if you know something that's going on. If you're at one of the games watching it, so.
Well, this is why I said if people are in Lidl and they're having a little toddle around and they want to pick up, what brand ketchup, because it's nice little filler, and it might be a talking point. Do you go Daddy's or do you go Heinz? I mean, a lot of people will think Heinz is the superior ketchup, but sometimes you want to mix it up. Who knows?
What the hell's Daddy's ketchup?
Oh, good God, you've not been here long enough. It's the alternative. You go to someone's house and they've got Daddy's, you're like, oh, someone made a choice there. Instead of just going Heinz, not ours. Yeah, it's just the alternative, or you can go own brand.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I always thought it was like the No Frills brand was the alternative choice. Like if someone's going to Tesco's, it was the Tesco's own brand or the Sainsbury's own brand or whatever. I thought that was all it was. It was Heinz or that.
No, there's the we're talking, teams, and there you've got like God level and you've got intermediate, and then you've got everything else. I would always rank Daddy's ketchup as somewhere in there. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, we are filling while we wait for more bits and pieces to come in. We're talking about sauce.
And we're not talking about the Black Knights when we're talking about sauce. Not
that sauce, the other sauce, ketchup.
Because we haven't got any updates. We haven't got any updates from the Black Knights. So
we haven't. I mean, I think I want to say Lewis O'Brien is still playing. I think he's O-line for him. Bless him. He moved down there from Halton. And started playing for those guys. If we're going to do an in memoriam of the Halton Spartans,
bugger them.
Nah, there's still some nice people that were there. When it's a bit of a shame when a team folds. It's kind of popped up and they went, yeah. So So as you can tell, we are filling. Oh, Daddy's is what dads put on stuff to prevent kids from asking for their food. Problem is I'm a big fan of it. So even if my dad put it on there, I was just going to kind of muscle him out of it. I'm going to eat him, and this is why I'm a good old-fashioned chonky boy. If it was on the plate, it was getting eaten. Don't care. But I'm a big fan of that. Oh, Revs TD. There we go.
Yes, James is just. I've just spotted it as well. The Surge have updated and just let us know that the Revs have they've scored and they've kicked the successful PAT. So the Revs are up 7-0 over the Surge currently.
Good on you. See, we kind of had this earlier on as probably a Revs win, but it seems to be. Oh, there we go. 6-0 Wyverns. They didn't go for they didn't get the second. The point after. Bit of a shame, but 6-0. It's a good start to the game when we were saying this is what we're expecting, but we're waiting for a shocker or an update. I'm a big fan of I wasn't expecting that in a game. That's a big fan of that on a Sunday. Sort of like, oh, crikey, that team won. So we've got big hopes for Crew. Titans TD in their scrimmage. What's happening there?
So Michael's told us that he's not doing little today, but he'll probably have to take the missus to Aldi, and he wants to know if you want anything.
Well, hang on, we'll nip over. Number one, TD Titans. Martin's in for the Russian TD, and Bocock converts in their scrim. Mikey, if they still do, is it what's the purple chocolate? I can't think of it. Milka. Get us some of that. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Who knows? Big fan of Milka chocolate. And I think like Lidl and Aldi are the only places you can really find it. And it's in bulk. What's the point of covering a scrimmage?
Because people care, Steve.
Yeah. People care. So they want to see how the matchup works. We don't know. We
are dry. Manchester's the only one giving us content at this moment in time. So we're going to cover the scrimmage because Manchester's the only one actually telling us things at this moment in time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I appreciate it's not a proper game and it doesn't count for anything. And technically, it's just a bit of a training session. But right now, our other option is Milka chocolate or Daddy's versus Heinz ketchup versus brown sauce. Controversial.
No, I'm not a brown sauce. No.
What I mean,
I like barbecue, but I don't like HP sauce. I'm just see you later out in the bin.
Not even HP fruity. No.
Nope, not a fan. Blimey. I do love some Sweet Baby Ray's, the old barbecue and honey barbecue.
Safe.
Get out of here with that HP crap. I don't want to see it in my cupboard.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I was fine until about 2 minutes ago, and now stomach's starting to talk to me, and it's like, you know what you need? You need a barbecue like sandwich or something like that.
We've got another update. The Wyvern's second drive has resulted in a TD with a successful 2-point conversion, so they're now up 14-0.
Crikey,
so they're starting to run away with this. This game only kicked off at 2:00, and we're 14-0 up, and we're 15 minutes in. So that could definitely turn into a runaway.
It could, and we kind of predicted that they would win, but I didn't think they'd be 14-0 up straight off the bat. So well done. Thank you very much to Sean Roberts for shouting that one up. Nice one. And you can hear all the updates right here on Gameday Live. And use the hashtag Gameday Live. Yes, I'll go full cheese. I don't care. So there we go. If there's nothing else, we'll hit refresh, and we're trying to make this look as professional as possible. Unfortunately, there's nothing else on there. So
it's a little bit dry at the moment.
It is a little bit. So what's the go-to sauce of choice over in New Zealand?
So we have a brand called Watties, Watties, and they they were a homegrown brand to start with, and then they were bought out by Heinz. So Heinz bought them, and they started rebranding everything Heinz Waddies, and everybody got really upset. So they were like, okay, well, we'll just keep the name, but it's owned by Heinz. But it's a little bit different because, especially in terms of like the tomato ketchup, there's no vinegar added.
Oh,
so the tomato sauce is a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit So there's no vinegar added to it, and it's actually absolutely delicious. I love it.
Hey.
Big fan.
Can you get it imported, or do you just have to wait till you nip home?
No, I usually get it in care packages. So like a mate from home will put together like about a 50 quid sort of care package, and I'll get some lollies, or what you guys call sweets, and then there'll be some bickies in there, and a couple of things of sauce, and a few other things that you can't get over here unless you want to pay an arm and a leg to one of the companies over here that just exorbitant amount of money.
Nah.
So
there you go. So you don't get homesick. You have things sent in. Good on you.
Yeah, it's been many years now. So it's the memory and the taste has started to fade. So.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. But yeah. So let's flip over, see if there are any updates. Again, I am operating on a one-screen policy. First down, Vikings. So they are actually pushing the ball up, but that is about it.
We've got these updates for you, Steve. I know you are really, really tapped into wanting to know how this controlled scrimmage is going. So we're going to, So maybe he's the thing is maybe he's not a fan of the team's social media team going and live tweeting a scrimmage. Maybe that's his point. He doesn't mind that we're covering it because we just go with what we're given. But maybe he's like, if you're a team, why are you live tweeting a controlled scrimmage?
Which is a fair shout, I guess. But it gives him something to do. If he's just running the chains instead of just standing outside, he can tweet about it and make it as daft as possible.
What's your take on controlled scrimmages in terms of not the holistic view of like, oh, we need to do it because Bath has screwed the season. More as a player, like if you're on the field in a controlled scrimmage, are you going 100?
If you're a controlled scrimmage is purely for the coaches. So as a player, if we've ever done them before, it's very easy to get very frustrated and very bored very quickly. It's always been my thing, is because you can run a play, say you're doing, and they say, right, you've got 10 set plays. I appreciate how dull, as an offensive lineman, all you're doing is you're pushing the same guy in different way. Holy moly, we'll come back to that. But apparently, from Sean Robert, if we could get that up, it's 48-0 to the Mavericks over the Thunderbolts at halftime. 48-0, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. You know what I was saying? It's nice to have a second team and have loads of players in a second team. Maybe not if you're getting rolled at halftime 48-0 and on the mercy clock.
Yeah. Wow.
Bah.
So Steve has commented that he's wondering why we're so it's either why are you live tweeting a scrimmage and why are we talking about the live tweeting a scrimmage? Because we can, Steve. Because we can.
Fight us.
You are not here. You're not in charge today.
He will be back and he'll kick
Go back to your
ass.
deathbed. Go back to your deathbed.
Oh, but yeah, as it's basically it's very easy to get kind of bored if they say, right, we're going to do a control scrimmage, because the coaches come on and go, right, stop, we're going to try something else, and you're like, right, whatever. You can get so bored. So
I've never played in a controlled scrimmage, so I don't really know how. Like, is it you can't tackle, or what's the crack?
Normally, it's full bore. It's full game. And I think the last one I did was Holton versus, I think it was Staffs. I want to say Staffs. And you just sort of like say, right, and then you just say, right, you've had 10 goes. The D are going to have 10 goes. You just stand there and you're like, right, okay. And they say, right, we're going to do 3rd and 10 over and over again. And you're like, oh. And then they have a bit of a sort of like a gamey sort of bit towards the end. But by then you just like, I don't care. So it's for the coaches to try new and interesting things out. But as a player, you can't when you have a game and you come up against someone, it's a proper dust up. So you get a first down, you can look, oh, that's a beat you. Or say sometimes someone smokes me and you go like that, you go, bugger. But I'll get you on the next one because it means something. But when you're just kind of
well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is more of a friendly as opposed to a controlled scrimmage.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Because I'm looking at it, and it's the Titans have said that they've got a long drive by the Vikings here, 3rd down now. So this doesn't seem to tie in with what you said about the controlled scrimmage, about how it's run a play, hand the ball over, run a play. Like I feel like this is probably more of just a friendly. We're going to play, you're going to do your best, we're going to do our best, but it doesn't actually mean anything in terms of the grand scheme of things. Which I am more for. I get the idea of controlled scrimmages and the way that you said it, where you can essentially just, try to refine your playbook and make sure everybody's up to speed and things like that. But that's like it doesn't feel like much more than training on a Sunday where you just have the OV versus D at the end of training, and it just seems pointless. Whereas if you're traveling to somewhere, get a friendly on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things in terms of seeding. But I'm still going to want to beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna smack the piss out of the person who's in front of me, whether I'm on O or D. And at the end of it, if we beat you, we're letting you know about it. So,
but it's something you can be. If you win in a friendly, you can go home. I'm a winner. Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah. I am happy with this outcome. But
it's still a competitive game, whereas a control scrimmage is no winner because it's just. We're going to run this play. It didn't work. Right. Everybody line back up. We're going to run this play again. No, I'm not about that life. Give me free. Don't get me wrong. I want competitive league matches over everything. But if we can't have that, give me friendlies. Give me friendlies where people are actually still trying to play.
Yeah. Then I'm all for that. I'm just flipping over now to the Titans. Converted on the 4th. And that's quarter 1 done and dusted. 1st and goal to the Vikings. We'll have to see how that pans out. But yeah, I'm with you. Control scrimmage, and I don't know why they don't just call it "and friendly." I just call it "a friendly" and just roll with it. But yeah, so while we wait for the Titans and the Vikings to flip things around, if they're flipping it around, they may be playing one way. Who knows? But yeah, while we wait for that to flip round, we'll move on. So where did you end up playing? Was it Rushmore? You say?
When I first moved over, I lived in London and I lived in Guildford. So because I was living in Guildford, I went and joined what were at the time the Farnham Knights. Just sort of, I went to one of their rookie days about 2 weeks after I'd sort of stepped off the plane. Because I was missing football. So I went to one of their rookie days, played with them when they were in Div 1, was part of the team that earned promotion from, we won the SFC Div 1 and earned promotion to the Prem. Got injured in the final, did my knee, so missed pretty much the majority. Well, I missed all of the next season, the following season in the Prem. And then there was internal politics and everything. There was head coaching changes, a lot of coaching staff changes, things like that. So I just chose not to come back for the 2017 season. And then 2018, I was living in Portsmouth. So I went and decided. So 2017, actually, instead of choosing to come back and play for Rushmore, I went and played half a season for Portsmouth. And then I came back the following year for 2018 and played for them, and then that's sort of my UK playing history, I suppose. It's just been Portsmouth and Rushmore / Farnham, and the Vikings have scored.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
so we've got the Vikings have scored. They're opting to go for 2, and it's good. So I think that gives us an 8-all game, doesn't it?
I believe so. I'm just looking at the other bits and pieces. The Colchester Gladiators, what they're doing 30-minute rolling quarters due to having no refs, and Gladiators are up 7-0 over the Eagles. And blimey.
Early in the first, yeah.
Yeah, and then looking at that for the Wyverns, 22-0 in the first quarter for the Wyverns. So you've
as they've got their third TD there. So I'm a little bit confused by this, right? It's rolling 30-minute quarters due to a lack of Bafra, due to Bafra pulling out of the game.
Yeah. It means that you don't have to start. You go, right, blow the whistle, whoop, someone will have a watch with 30 minutes on it. You'll play till that 30 minutes is over. Then you go, whoop, that's the end of that first quarter, swap it over.
I get that, but it's 2 hours worth of game time.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of it, I get in the stop-start nature of football, and the more I sort of think about it, I'm like, well, most games go for sort of 2 to 3 hours. It doesn't matter. But it just, I don't know, it just kind of feels like I'm like, oh, 30 minutes rolling clock.
Time.
In my head, I'm like that is a long time. But the more I think about it, there's obviously even though the clock isn't stopping, the game will still be stopping all the time, so it doesn't impact it as much. But that initial sort of thought, I was like,
damn. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of that. I mean, if you're not sure kind of how to start, stop, do the play clock, all that sort of stuff, run it for half hour seems fair enough, and that includes everyone coming off, going back on again, all that sort of stuff. Blimey, do you want to shout out the one from the Titans?
Fossey takes it back to the 30. We don't know who 30 though, so I don't know how we're going to go about shouting this out, because if he's fielding the puck pretty much in his own end zone and just taking it out to the 30, it's not that impressive. I'm not going to lie, but if he's going to the opposite 30, then crack on, and you should be ashamed for getting run down. But come on, like if you're at that point and you're 30 yards from the end zone and you're getting run down, like there's problems.
You're getting tackled. That's the kicker that's tackled you there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the last man back, and you've just kind of gone, I'm going to go left or right, and then the kicker just goes, and you go, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's either that or you have you've just given up. You've just run down from behind. You've been run down from behind.
I am tired.
You got no juice left. So.
And it's all about
either way, it's not something you should be shouting about. So,
but yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone else with any other, because I mean we're on now 2:30. If there's any other scores out there, hashtag Game Day Live. Let us know. Give you a shout out. And,
even pop in the chat if you're watching and you know something. You're tapped into someone who's at a game and they're giving you updates. Pop them in the chat. We'd love to see it. At the same time, questions as well. As always, this is an open forum. We will sit here. We'll read what you say. Unfortunately, we will react to it no matter what you put. Sometimes there will be not saying that, but you'll still get a reaction either way. But so we do want to, we do want to know your questions and then your queries and everything like that as well, or even some feedback that you've got in terms of your thoughts on today's games. Of if we've said something and you've gone, nah, you're having a laugh, mate, that's not going to happen. Let us know. All of those things are relevant, and we are happy to comment on.
The best moment in any live stream, anything where you've got comments, is someone throws in someone controversial. The two presenters go, I don't know what to do with that. We're like, ugh. So if you're feeling controversial, why not throw it in? Unfortunately, it is your name to it. So if it is something wildly controversial, everyone will know it was you.
Now you're just asking for burners. It's just everybody's going to get on their burner accounts. That's all that's going to happen. Or someone's going to jump on the team account, and we're just going to get representatives of teams. No. So we've been told that there's a correction in the Wyvern score. It's not 22-0. It's 24-0. The game day manager apparently cannot count. So
no. And also, if you want to shout out the one from the Titans, the last one.
Just a first down. I'm not gonna give shout outs to every. It looks like they're going to be tweeting every single.
Well, no, it was more the Titans go for it on fourth and it's stopped and it's turned over on downs. That's big from the Vikings. Well, I was championing the Titans.
I haven't got that yet. So
the next big thing. And I stand by. This is the other bonus. Crikey, oh blimey! 32-0 Wyverns quarter one. Whew. We haven't got that update, but from Lewis David Phillips, he's just messaged me there. It's great. I have my phone as well, and you're like, hey, because I'm getting messages on this, I'm getting messages on that. Yep. It's great.
So Darren's let us know that the Glads are up 7-0 over the Eagles. We did have that, thanks Darren, but we appreciate it anyway. So keep them coming in. And like you said, the Titans have gone for it on fourth. It stopped. Turnover on downs to the Vikings. So this friendly is going to be we got nothing controversial. Just wondered what you two think are the best plays in recruiting.
I'll let you go first because I'm a big fan of social media. I think that's the easiest way. If you have a good Facebook or that, and Twitter or anything, and maybe a website, social media will push you through each and every time.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that because the way that when I first moved over here, the first thing that I went and did is I jumped on Facebook and looked for American football teams in the UK. So I'd literally just moved here. I didn't know anybody. Well, I knew my mate who I was living with, but apart from that, I didn't know anybody. And I was like, I want to join a sports team, try and make some friends, rah-de-rah-de-rah. So I jumped on Facebook and I looked for the closest American football team to me. So recruiting is really important, and I'm sure Steve would chip in on this and making sure you've got a good website as well, because not everybody's going to jump on Facebook to look for you. They're going to jump on Google. So making sure that your socials and your team branding is up to date and relevant. So like if you've moved parks, like if you're no longer located, like there's no point having anywhere on the internet that people can find that your old ground is where they will find you, because you'll end up with people going to the wrong spot. You should be able to be reached through your socials. So your Facebook, you need someone who's going to be active on that Facebook and be able to reply to messages and stuff that people may send looking for things. Like recruiting itself is a lot of it is not just you hunting for people. It's you being easily accessible if people are hunting for you.
100% agree. That's why I say social media is king. As you go out there, and as long as you're active, as long as you pump things out, you pop up, you appear, and then people will find you. And the other thing is, like you said, have a decent. It doesn't have to be razzle dazzle website. It just has to be up to date, so you can see. You can have a quick look. Oh, that's what they look like. Oh, there's people there. They look like they're having a good time. That's where they are. I'm getting involved. That's it. Yeah. And the big mega teams, they don't. It's not like content all the time. It's not all the bits and pieces, but
it helps be good as well.
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, if you're a boss team, everyone wants to ride that train. But if you're just starting up, I mean, look at the Scunthorpe Alphas. I mean, Mikey Gray did an absolute smashing job of just selling them to everyone and being there, being kind of involved, and they say, right, let's pump out content, let's get a photographer down, let's get it all out. And people just went, that looks cool, I'm in. And they are massive now. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's you have to, like, your image is so important for recruiting, because how you come across to prospective recruits is a very, very important thing. Like if you're trying to either poach somebody from rugby or rugby league or anything, like they need to at least be thinking that, well, I'm not just like, I'm looking to play this new sport or whatever. They're not going to jump ship to a sport or a team that, you look on their Facebook or you look on something and there's like one post, or there's, you look at the team and everybody's in mismatching gear and things like that. Like it's the image that you're portraying outwards is such an important thing as well.
Oh,
but we've got some updates. So the Bulls have said that there's a 3-and-out for the Bulls to start the game. The punt gives the ball to Bristol at midfield. We've got an update on that Wivens score. So it was a pick 6. So the interception taken to the house. Wivens are now up 30-0.
That's a big lead for the Wyverns early on, and you're like, oh god, and yeah, and you don't like to see like super blowouts that early, that quickly, but at the same time,
hashtag Mavericks over Thunderbolts.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't. You're saying, right, well, there's a solid team doing what it was meant to do: score points or pick 6 back. Taking points back, and you're like, fair play. It's a shame for the other team, but as they always say, if you want to be better, just be better.
Somerset's quite a good story because they've only existed for about the last sort of three or 4 years. I want to say
like
2017. I think 2016, 2017 they popped up.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it was probably just because they were not wanting to travel all the way to Bristol to play or South Wales to play, or all the way down to sort of like Torbay, not
Torbay, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe they just didn't want to play for Swindon. I don't know. Again, that's sort of east and north. So they have only just popped up in the last few years, and to be at the point now, like I remember in their association year, and then in their first Div 2 year, where I think them and Jurassic Coast were sort of the teams that were getting beaten on in Div 2 in that little area, to where they are now, where they're up 30-0. So it's a great success story for Somerset to come out and be going from strength to strength.
Yeah, just smashing people along the way. Good on them. And that's the end of their quarter one at the Wyverns. -7, Wolverines 6. Now, early on in the broadcast, I was saying that put whatever bet on you want on the miners. There's no chance they will roll a Wolverine. What? Good on them. They've come from 8v8 and they've come on and put points against the Wolverines. That is absolutely fantastic. I know.
Don't add us. Don't add us about that. We don't want to hear. We don't want to hear the grief.
Yeah, see, the thing is I'm a big fan of being proved wrong, but Wolverines have been around for yonks. I know they had the little blip where they disappeared and came back thanks to the junior setup. But I know they've got a new head coach in Jack Watson. He's a lovely fella, but I had no idea it'd be this close. I thought it'd be like, it's 50-0 first round. They've never played 11-on-11, but good on the miners. Again, sounds wrong.
So we've got some updates. As you mentioned, Somerset they've ended their quarter one. Manchester in their controlled scrimmage friendly went for it on fourth. Gonna have to say they failed because it's first and goal Vikings. So I'm assuming we're seeing a lot of rotation in here from Manchester because they got.
Oh, blimey.
We did think this was going to be a little bit of a painful one, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry, crew. We kind of predicted that Leicester would.
You are getting railroaded.
Have their wicked way with you, but apparently that's exactly what's happening.
Because it was Manchester that played Holt. Like that was the one game that Holton played before they folded, wasn't it? Or did they play? Was it Holton or did they play Humber? They essentially Manchester humped somebody at the beginning of the year, and then they got a lot of flack.
That was the Wolverines 83-0. They battered Manchester beat the Wolverines 83-0, and I think
was it the Wolverines? Was it?
Yeah, I think so. And
they humped someone at the beginning of the year, and they got a lot of flack for were they rotating and were they doing this and were they doing that? So I don't want to sell Northumberland short because I know they're a decent setup. One of my best friends plays for them, and he's been telling me that he's just joined them this year, and he's been telling me that they've got a playbook that's about 20-something pages long. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. The balance has been restored. We're okay now.
Yeah, but he's telling me about how great the Vikings have got it up there. In comparison, he went and did sort of a tour of a couple of the teams on that northeast side when he was looking for someone to join. But I still didn't think they were in the same league as Manchester. So
no, I didn't realise that. But good God,
at the moment, I'm wondering if there is a little bit of rotation, or am I just disrespecting the Vikings? And if that's the case, I'm sorry, but
we can only work with what we've got, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and as we saw, the Wolverines have bounced back there. They've obviously put up the touchdown and and got the 2-point conversion. Saved Mikey and mine's bacon.
It's a little bit twitchy. So, they're going to smash them. They're going to smash them 7-6. Oh, geez. But yeah, so
a lot can still happen.
Oh, 100%. But while we wait for the other bits and pieces, you're wondering if Manchester are just trying things out if they are just going through they've got their vast arsenal of trick plays and all that, and it is still early days. They've just gone for quarter one they've just done, so it could be like they start pulling away as to go. Oh Jesus! Stop it! They're already dead. Leicester 32, Crew 0. I mean, I'm a big fan. I think a lot of people are a big fan of the Crew's social media account because they take they have some a fun. A bit of a laugh with it, but that's a shoo-in.
So the Vikings went for it on 4th and goal on the 7, stopped. So turnover on downs to Manchester inside their own. You'd assume inside their own 10 there on the 7. The Bulls there have held the Aztecs to a field goal, so they're down 3-0 at the moment.
Yeah. Good on them. That's a good stop to stop the Aztecs getting in. Fair play to the Bulls. But yeah,
nice close game. Nice close game there happening.
Yeah, big fan of that. I know it's a bit of a kind of an oddball sort of season with everyone playing the people that they wouldn't have already played. But again, are Bulls they're still Div 2. I'm sure they're still Div 2. So that's fantastic if they are.
I'm not sure because I remember when we played them. When we played them, they were Div 1 when we played them. So
I may be wrong.
I don't know if they've dropped or not, but
I don't know. Either way, they're at least one league below the Aztecs, and to stop them to just a field goal is absolutely fantastic. Good on them. So yeah, I mean, as you can see from the little magical ticker tape at the bottom, we'll just do a little kind of roundup. Lee -7, Lancs 14, and we are very, very glad that we didn't look like fools on that one. Ouse Valley playing their crazy 30-minute quarters. They're down to Colchester Glads.
We've got no updates from the Thunder Bobcats. James.
Don't
hate to do that. We're happy with that. We picked the Wolverines. Yeah.
I hate to do this, and we're like, the Miners they're 20-0 up.
I was gonna say the Miners have scored and it's even.
We'll leave this to Steve. This seems like a Steve sort of thing. We're clearly, but no, we're all right. And so let's have a little flip over to if there's anything else. Refresh. Come on, give me content.
I've got you. We got nothing on the Twitter sphere side, but we've got a new ticker now with the other games going on.
Super duper! There we go. We're just waiting for. Crew. Oh, bless them. 32-0. That is a reach shooing. The Surge down 7. Again, good on the Surge. I thought the Rev would be up higher than that, but we're still relatively early days. A moment of silence. We're not gone full burger, but we can't be far off.
Yeah, I would say we got that update for halftime, and it was just dropped in there that the Mavericks were up 48-0 at halftime. We're like,
I know. Yeah, I know. We play. I know, like the Mercy clock is the just running clock for the rest of it. I wonder if they could just double time it. The Mercy rule. Yeah, it's 7 minutes a quarter. There you go. Bang. Yeah, we're finished. Bye. And I think I might save some of them some tears. But we're still other bits and pieces that we're waiting on scores from the rest of the league. We just keep seeing that poor score against Crew. But yeah, anything else, ladies and gentlemen? If you are watching along, questions, comments, anything like that, blast it in. If you are Aztecs field goal, is that another one, or is that the one from before?
No, I'm not too sure. James, you're gonna have to clarify on that. Is it 6-0, or are we just talking about the Aztecs field goal that happened a few minutes ago?
Just updating the one from a few minutes ago.
Right.
There we go. See, he is in the background, producer James, making sure that we see everything right up to the minute. And thank you very much for that, because otherwise,
but he's
potentially get lost.
He's unplugged his camera, so we can't just go bringing him in like we usually do. So he's thought, buggy, I'm not playing this game. So
we'll catch him out another day. Another day, he'll be sat there, kind of just scratching or something. We go, click, ah! But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you are Kenny, you can comment anything, you can message us, you can hashtag Gameday Live. We'd love to hear from you. And if you are at a game, as I was kind of asking earlier on, because it's something a little bit wacky, message me or us if you've got one of us on.
No, don't message me. I don't want to hear from you.
Message me because I'm the nice one. I will get the link for it, send you to it, and you can be on it, and say hello. We'd love to hear from you and get you on and say, so where are you? What are you up to? Maybe not, this is where little the trip out doing your shopping isn't the correct time, But if you're at a game, give us a shout. We'll get you on. We'll have a little chat with you.
It is possible, right? So we've got an update from the Manchester. It's just this friendly. That's all we've ever got for anybody. We hope that you are well invested in this Manchester versus Northumberland friendly.
We are apparently.
Yeah. So we've got the update that says that he's got a layout for it. The D line get their hands on the ball, and Tomlinson has definitely tickled me from a further range, nearly picked. So there's obviously a big man who's we've got a ball that's knocked up, and a big man has not put his body on the line and friendly to go get it. So the thing is, right? If you're a D lineman, right? How many opportunities do you reckon you get in your playing career to go out and get that pick? Like
single digits.
Yeah, exactly. So even though it's a friendly, I'm still going for that pick. Yeah.
Even if you're going out,
I'm willing to fight that. I'm willing to fight that battle later on down the track when I bring it up at another point. Be like, yeah, well, I got an interception. Someone's like, it's a friendly. It's like, I still got it. I still have to. Like, I'll fight that till my dying day. But you've got to pick that ball off to be able to make that fight. So
you'd be looking for the photographer. You would know where they are.
Oh yeah,
you'd be like this. Get that captured. Get that. Put it on your Facebook.
As I'm falling, I'm flexing. I'm doing everything to like suck my gut in, like tilt my head and staring at the camera. Like I'm doing everything. Like that is becoming
one eye
my
on the
banner.
ball, one eye on the camera, like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going up in the house. Like I'm taking down the kids' photos. Like
get out of it. This is what matters now.
Yeah, it looks like life is starting to right itself now. The Wolverines are really starting to run away with this. So we are sorry, Lee. We're not. I was going to say we're not betting against you. We are. We definitely did bet against you at the beginning of the show.
Oh,
but at the same time, like I would still like to see them. I'd like to see another touchdown or two from Lee. I definitely would. I don't want to see. We look at the score at the end of it, and it turns out it's like 56-6 or something like that. 56-7. Like, you guys played well for the first 3 minutes of the game.
You nearly had them. Come on, boys. Well, at the same time, you can imagine just being, Jack, the new head coach, and just watching that ball go in and go, "That's not meant to happen. What was going on there? Hang on." Just getting all the boys and girls in and going, I think we need to win. Yeah, that's what we need to score more than them. We need to win because that's what's meant to happen. Got you right.
You could end up with the issue. The issue is right that Leicester.
Oh well, I mean, God bless them. At least Crew turned up. Yeah.
Did they?
Well, they must have done because otherwise it'd be like more. I guess I don't know. Is it possible?
Would it though? Because you'd have that first. You'd have that. Isn't a like you could have that first kick up, and then the ball's just there, so you pick it up.
So we're putting a call out. We've got a missing persons report for the Crew Railroaders. Yes. Are you on the pitch?
Yes.
If so, do you require help? Because we can't call the A team, but there's people we can call.
He's got a new photo. He's got a new photo. I do like your new profile picture, Grant. Yeah. And two, where have you been all day? I've been waiting for you to pipe up, and I'm disappointed it's taken you 50 minutes before you've decided to chip in. But welcome. Thank you.
Hi. But I'm a big fan of yellow shades. I'm just looking if I got my bright green ones. You get them off the lads on the beaches. They just come round, and you find when you're out with your mates, I want the most ridiculous ones. So I got neon green ones when I was last in the. Oh crikey! But last in Mallorca at practice, about to drive home. Oh well, he's clearly been safe and switching his phone off for the drive home, which or just putting us on audio, so you can put us on the side, play us through your speakers, and we'll talk to you on the drive. Oh, there he is.
There he is. There it is.
Dedication.
So we've got another update from Somerset. So they're in for another TD, 2-point conversion successful, taking the lead to 38-0, running clock in place for the remainder of the half, 8 minutes left to play.
Fair play.
They're running away with this one. So the Bulls have moved the ball up the field, but are forced to punt from midfield, and Bristol take over on their own 10.
Fair play. I mean, that's not bad. But, I mean, we'd like to... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm just getting them at, 38-0. Yeah. Cheers, Lewis.
As Grant's told us that as for the photo, he was telling the ref that he can't just make the rules up. Grant, you should just be happy you've got refs. All right, Colchester right now is
who's valuing this?
They're looking at you going, what are these refs that you're talking about? So not only are you flaunting your bright yellow shades, you're flaunting the fact you had refs. So it's just rubbing it in for those less fortunate.
Yeah. Poor level 1 coach is on the sideline going, what? So, yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we have. And you just kind of say, wasn't that this rule? And you go, I don't know. I'm an O-lineman. I know how to push people out the way. That's it. So as we kind of rip through, are we updating these tickers at the bottom? Are they live? So East Kent.
Yeah, they're James.
Yeah, good on you, James. We love producer James. 48-0 over the Thunderbolts. Is that final score? Is it?
No, that was the halftime score. We haven't received that since.
Can we not pretend it's the full-time score so they don't get smashed on anymore?
Well, I feel like that's probably what the Thunderbolts are doing, to be honest. We're not coming out. I don't want to play.
You can't make us. You coming out? No, we're isolating. So Bristol 3 over the Bulls. Again, we're still Black Knights, Warriors, Storm Stampede. We're still waiting on anything. Talk to us.
Well, last update we had from the Bristol Bulls game. Bristol was taken over, but they were deep inside their own territory on the 10. Whew.
There we go. 36 Wolverines minus 7. So yeah, now they've actually kind of they've figured it out. Put it in gear and just rolling them.
This is always going to happen though when one team's playing 11 players and the other team's playing 8.
Yes.
So
it's just clearly not fair.
Yes.
He's gonna just run them up. What you got? Oh blimey, there we go. And you missed a hell of a debut for our new Twitter operator /troll last week. He will be back on the August the 8th for our next game, though. Fair play.
I have actually. I've still got all of the messages from, or the tweets. Sorry, is the word I'm looking for. There we go. Sussex picks it. Thanks very much, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Good on you.
So Chris is one of the coaches. I believe he's still associated with Solent. He was actually one of the he was a coach when I was at Farnham, and that's how I know Chris, and that's how Steve knows Chris. And he moved down to Solent. So I'm assuming he's probably doing some scouting at the Sussex Bobcats game. So we appreciate that update. But no, Grant, I've still got a lot of the tweets because of the Gameday Live hashtag on my screen, so I can see that your new social media guru has a very quick wit. So look forward to your next game. And we've got an update there from the Titans. Touchdown
in their control scrimmage.
In their friendly.
In their friendly. Are we just going to call it? It's a friendly. Let's call it what it is.
It's a friendly. The fact that if you're live tweeting about and getting all hyped up about scoring. You wouldn't be doing that about a controlled scrimmage, and that's probably why Steve is so. Not in the game. Okay. Well, I appreciate the update there, Chris. Anyway, but thank you. We keep us updated. We love it.
Thank you very much.
Tommy has let us know that the Bulls have got a safety, so that's going to be 3-2. Yep. Aztecs over the Bulls 3. What a score! 3-2.
That's it. Will you join us live on Gillette's Soccer Saturday?
Definitely. Wow. This is when Steve first pitched the idea to me, and he said it'll be like Gillette Soccer Saturday, and I was like, right. Am I going to be Chris Kamara on this thing? Am I going to be the guy that you're going to send out off to some weird little game in the UK, and you're going to be like, right, we've got Oz on site in Torbay. What's going on? I don't know, mate. I don't even know if I'm in the right place.
Didn't they just score a touchdown? I don't know, Jeff.
Yeah, you said Torquay, right? That's where I'm supposed to be, Torquay.
Blimey. Oh, crikey, oh, blimey. 46-0 Falcons over Crew. Ooh, Crew, God bless you. I mean, they must have turned up, otherwise it was a 1-0 win.
Yes,
as
true.
Grant said.
Let us know. Yeah,
he let us know. So they are there. They're just not doing much.
So we've got a couple of updates. That there is there's a possibility of weather disruptions for the Saints versus the Stallions game. They've just kicked off, and they can hear thunder in the distance, which I'm assuming they don't mean Sussex. So there's a possibility. We had some rain delays a couple of weeks ago, so there's a possibility of that here. And the Surge have scored.
They're on the board.
So the Revs are up 7-6 as there was a failed 2-point attempt there from the Surge. So that game's a lot closer than we had maybe thought to begin with.
I'm made up with that. Like I say, I've played them both. I thought the Rev were just they might do them, and they might still. It's still 7-6, but I thought they'd be pulling away right now. So good on the Surge. I mean, are we operating? Is this like a 2-ticker tape banner situation, or is this everything on one?
No, it's a 2. It is a 2, so you can just flip it over like that.
So Bulls 2, Aztecs 3, Black Knights.
Warriors.
It's fabulous, isn't it? It's fabulous. We're still waiting on the Black Knights versus the Warriors, the Storm, the Stampede. Let us know what's happening. The Railroaders, Leicester. We are going to gloss over that and pretend it isn't happening. The Surge 6, Shropshire Revolution 7. Who's on next? Sussex Thunder. From the Bolts. Yeah, Thunder. And then we go. We're gonna gloss over that 48-0 there. That's a right shoe-in. Essex Spartans over Essex Sabres. We don't know because no one's putting anything in. The Warriors Exiles. Nothing there. Olympians versus the Blitz. Nothing there either. If anyone is watching or is involved in anyone, give us a shout. Let us know what's happening so we can bang it up on here and we can talk about it. Because I'm keen on those London games. There should be some absolute corkers. So,
definitely. So the Bulls social media team has finally just decided to catch up, and they've told us that the safety is happening. After someone, I believe it was Tommy Michael had already given us a much earlier update. So we appreciate you, Tommy, for if you're at the game watching away.
Bulls TD.
Tommy comes in with a TD for the Bulls.
Up the Bulls. Go ahead.
We've got an update there.
And we have an update there. We have the Warriors 21, Exiles 0. Wow.
According to the Exiles Facebook there.
Exiles Facebook. I don't think we have that on there. Which I'm waiting for someone to say, yes, you do. And I'm just looking at the wrong bit. Which would be quite embarrassing.
I don't think so. I think
I think we're all right. I don't look as stupid as I look.
So let's go back to the Bulls TD. So we've now got the Bulls. We're gonna have to wait for Tommy to update us whether we've got a 2-point conversion or a field goal or what. But at this moment in time, we're looking at an 8-3 lead.
That's fantastic. Over Bristol.
Over Bristol.
Who are a solid Prem team. They've been in Prem for as long as I can remember anyway, and they've always been
literally
up there.
Same for me.
Yeah,
they've always been
doing a job.
They were always the team. They were the middle of the pack. So in the South Prem, it was you had the Warriors and you had the Blitz, and they would either be close. They'd either be close together or they would be a clear gap between those two. But then, if there was a clear gap between the Warriors and the Blitz, then the Aztecs were usually quite close to the Blitz at that point. Or if the Blitz were up with the Warriors at that point, then the Aztecs were just a step down, and everybody else was interchanging of coming up and going down. And you had Bury in there for a little bit. The Knights were in there, Solent's in there. Like it's up and down and up and down. But Bury. The Aztecs they're stalwart. So
they were safe in there, and that you've got an old classic of the Birmingham Bulls. They used to be absolute monsters. Dropped down a little bit. Maybe this is the resurgence. This is their push back to the Prem. Who knows? Good on them. What a fabulous story that would be.
Now I'm terrified we're going to have to get a Brummy on to have an interview.
I remember the opening thing before we went live. Mike, how Irish are you? Am I going to be able to understand you? You seem to be doing so well so far. I'm not actually Irish. I just play over there for a bit of a laugh.
So producer James has an inside man at the Wolverines Miners game, and he has just been told that he's just had a comment that just says "gone home," and he's not sure if he's talking about himself or the Miners. So
halfway through a game, they just go, "We've had enough here, lads. I'll see you later. Get in the car and just drive off. Full kit. Nah, bye." But
it could be the Miners have buggered off, or it could be that it's producer James's contact. Either way, I think that game is quite done and dusted.
We're at half time for the Wyverns. That's just popped up for me. Cheers, Lewis. So was that 38 0. So we're getting all the halftime scores in.
So we've been told by Birmingham that the 2-point pass was incomplete, so they are up 8-3. And then there was an early error from the Saints on special teams. So the snap flies over the punter's head and out the back of the end zone. So safety to the Wembley Stallions. So they're up 2-0.
Oh, and touchdown Bristol. Fair enough. We expected it, but
so we've got the Stallions are up 2-0. Bristol looks like they've just equalised, taken the lead. Sorry, it'd be 9-8 now with the extra point or PAT to come. And the Revs they've put it. Here we go. The content's coming in, guys. The Revs have got a touchdown and it's successful PAT, so they now lead the Surge 14-6.
Fair play. Yeah, you can't knock the Revs. They've been solid ever since. We're going back now about 2011. They came in. They've always been a solid team to play against. Good team, and so good on them. We're kind of trying our best to keep on top of everything. And that's the half in the Manchester Titans game. It's half time in there. Friendly. Keep them coming in. And if you are at one of the games and it's your half time, give us a shout on the messenger. We'll ping you the link. We'll get you on. You can have a little chat about it, and we'll update you as the scores come in. I feel like this is just a disaster. This is literally just waiting to happen. We're going to get someone in. It's going to be like one of those old news stories from like 2015. Where we have the guy pop on and just be like, F her right in the pussy. And then it would just be, it's like, that's all we're going to get is someone just jumping onto the stream. It's like, we're like, sorry, Steve. We know you had a brand. Yeah, the brand's gone there. But I mean, I'm willing to say that. So, blimey, there we go. Aztecs follow up. Yeah, Aztecs follow up with a good kick return with a Russian TD extra point doinks the upright. Like that, doinks the upright, 8-9. I'm a big fan of that. What's it doing?
The old doink. Well, that's quite. I think that's coined from. Are you a big follower of the NFL, Mikey?
It to a kind of an extent, but not that.
Right.
Well, I'm just thinking of Doink the Clown from the old WWF wrestling.
Okay, yes. So every time I think Doink, all I can think of is I believe it was Cody Parkey was kicking for the Bears, and it was in a playoff game, and it's the infamous what's called the double Doink, where he kicking a field goal, game-winning field goal attempt, and he bounced it off the right upright, and then off the crossbar, and then out.
Oh.
And I believe it was 2017 because I'm pretty sure it's the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl with old Big Dick Nick, and it was and they got through it because of the double doink. The double doink.
Fair play.
So,
there you go. The latest up thing from Sussex, still 7-0.
We've got an update from the South Wales Warriors. So against the Source, and they are up 6-0 against the Source at the end of the first quarter.
Fair enough.
So there we go. We've got an update there, and I'm not sure whether I expected that to be a bigger gap or not.
I was expecting a bigger gap, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it's not. It's obviously South Wales have their way of looking at things.
Yeah, so we've got Chris letting us know that the first quarter ended in Sussex, and Sussex is still up 7-0 over the Bobcats as a result of a pick six. So, I think I'm going to have to send out a message to a mate of mine who's one of the coaches of the Sussex Thunder, and I'm going to tell him to get his social media sorted out.
Yeah, get a wiggle on. We're here looking for content and all that sort of stuff, and we've got nothing. I mean, we had a little flurry of stuff, and then all or nothing. So message the page, message us anything, go whatever you got. Even football related to be fabulous. But any questions?
It's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary. I wonder if Mikey Gray ever got back, and if he picked up my chocolate. I see him in like a couple of weeks. We're flying out to Belfast together.
I was literally about to say, I was like, who are you talking? What? Like, I'm so confused.
Mate, one-track mind, food. Which is odd. A lot of other people's one-track minds is somewhere else. I'm thinking of dinner.
Right, so when you say dinner, do you mean lunch or tea?
I go for the middle of the day thing. It's breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Northerners, man, you're all so weird.
Well, we're just scum. I don't care. It's just the way it is. You have your dinner at the middle of the day. What time? It's dinner time. And then it's tea time.
No, same thing.
Oh, lovely.
Hopefully.
Live from the sideline at Bobcats versus Thunder. Hopefully.
Thunder.
We're trying to make it, Thunder.
Yeah. Because they would, it'd be like, welcome to Game Day Live, and then he'd be like, we're going live to the Saturday night game here. We got the Sussex Thunder. So, but I suppose it depends. Like that, I have no idea what that accent is supposed to be. Like which part of America or anything. That's just horrendous. It's like it's literally just someone from Australia/New Zealand pretending to be American. It's not real. Like you're like, oh, where are you from? Are you Midwestern? Are you from the Pacific Coast? I don't know, man. Like, what's that, Southern? Like, it's horrendous. It's absolutely yes, sir. Like, it's just.
Welcome to Game Day Live, ladies and gentlemen. We're discussing New Zealand/American accents, and can we do them? Neither of us can.
No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
But we'll give it a damn good go. And do you know why we're doing it? For you, boys and girls out there watching Game Day Live.
I can't even do a British accent. That's the thing. I can't do a British accent. I've lived there for 7 years, and I can't.
7 years.
Everyone can do like the sort of the the soap dramas that you guys have on TV where it's all accentuated. No one actually speaks like that, and It's all hey up, bro. Like it's all of that sort of thing. Everyone can do one of them, or you can. If I remember, I think I used to be able to do like a really, really, really shit Cockney version, where it's like, but just I can't even like in my head now. It's just not even clicking to be able to.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear Oz having a crack at doing the score lines in his crap Cockney accent, answer in the comments. Just let us know. In fact, pick an accent and Oz will have a go at it.
No.
Read the scores out.
No.
Get involved. I'm all for seeing if you can do it in a Dutch accent or a Swedish accent.
I don't even know what a Swedish accent sounds like, and I feel like a Dutch accent. I would try to do a South African and fail. Like
it's not me that makes the choice. It's the viewing public. These guys out here.
I've been told that the Sussex Bournemouth game from a very reliable source is now at 7-2. So Bournemouth have got a safety, and the defense have scored.
There you go.
So it's all So Chris has just let us know that South Wales is leading 6-0 at the half. We appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. So the update in the Bournemouth Sussex game is 7-2.
And we have a request, Oz. There's no getting away. You've got to give the Scouse accent a go. You've got to give it a go.
I don't even know what. I don't. Have you got a Scouse accent?
I don't. Well, I live close enough that when I grew up, I had a bit of a Scouse accent. But no, I think it's faded because I work in Liverpool. When I would say I'm nowhere near proper Scouse, but there's old Scouse, which is like Thomas the Tank Engine Scouse, which is old Ringo. And then there's this new Scouse that is horrendous.
I don't even think I know it though.
Oh God!
I don't even because obviously there's the whole like Jimmy Carr thing where he's like talks about he's like a can of coke and some chicken.
Chicken and a can of coke.
Yeah, chicken and a can of coke. But it's just I can't. I literally can't. It's hang on. Wembley take the lead with the safety after. Thank God. Thank you, Chris. Wembley take the lead with the safety after Oxford punt snap goes over the punter's head. I believe we did get the update from that from Oxford a few minutes ago, but we still appreciate the updates, Chris. Keep them coming in, so thank you very much. I'm not going to do a Scouse accent anymore because that was just horrendous.
Well, you gave it a go. I mean, but. I think that was a sterling effort. Thank you very much. I have my beautiful assistant making me sandwiches.
We've got somebody. We've got somebody in the background. I think this could be live from the.
This is Ollie from the Bournemouth Bobcats, and
let me rotate.
There he is. How are you?
You're looking.
1 second. We're knocking on the. I need to change the camera.
Okay. You're looking soaked, Ollie.
Oh, we are live. We are pitchside. Oh, here we go. Hold your breath.
Why are you not playing?
Oh, no, the other one. Not me. No, I'm trying to watch. There we go. Something's happened. Oh, he's happening.
Got the QB going the other way.
He's going. Oh, good running. Take her up.
Ollie, why are you not playing? Why are you not playing?
Well, we briefly had him.
We lost Ollie. Thank you, producer James.
We had a go. We gave it a go. Unfortunately, he's back.
Oh,
is he?
Have we got him back?
He's back. He's back.
We got him back.
So, how are we doing? So it's 7-3 Thunder. They're on the 20-something or other.
And why are you not playing?
I don't play for Thunder anymore.
Oh, okay.
Are you playing for anybody?
Yes.
Oh, it's a sweep. It looks good.
Us, or are you just going to leave
fully blocked. Oh, he's down.
Are you going to leave us in suspense, or are you going to tell us who you're playing?
I'm going to leave you in suspense.
Oh, you're killing me. It's like all those years we spent together mean nothing to you anymore.
We got Sussex's number one is a baller, apparently.
It's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and we've got an update as well from
on the 9. How dramatic
Wembley,
a shot do you want?
Wembley Stallions have also just scored a touchdown on the Saints, and the extra point is good. So the Stallions are up 9-0 over the Saints. Here we go, though. Third down. This is dramatic as hell.
Here we go. Drop
There's
back for the
flag on
pass.
play.
There's a flag. He's throwing it back of the end zone.
No, it's a drop.
Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, that's a
There
shame.
we go. No.
Why have we got Bournemouth signaling touchdown? Like we've got Bournemouth players sitting there giving it the. Do you hate your own team that much?
Controversial.
That weather looks horrendous, by the way, Ollie.
It's a little damp.
Yeah,
it is a little damp.
Where's your brolly?
It's in my pocket.
That's not a brolly, mate. That's a tea towel.
Do we need to explain how brollies work?
Well, generally you open them. They keep you dry, but that looks like that's not keeping even the Lee Miners dry. So
I'm going to try and get round into the corner.
Oh, here we go.
What was the ruling? What was the ruling there on that third down? Was it just incomplete and they're going for it?
Thundering.
Okay. So are we still 3rd and 7, or are we now?
We're 7, 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go then.
Oh! It's in the air! It's in the air!
That's a bat down from Bournemouth.
Oh!
Here we go. Thunder have got a tendency to go on 4th, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Here we go. This is it, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. There's the call for field goal.
So we've got an update. We've got an update from the Birmingham Aztec game as well. Deep pass was picked off by the Aztecs, which led to an Aztec rushing touchdown, 2-point conversion run in. So the Aztecs are now up 17-8 over Bristol. So they're starting to establish a little bit of dominance there.
Yeah, they're starting to pull away a little bit.
What can you tell us about the game today, Ollie? How's it? Obviously, we've only just seen about 3 or 4 snaps. How's it looking? Is the weather playing a massive detrimental effect? Is it just a defensive struggle?
No, I think both teams are passing as much as they normally would, and that is wide left. That is wide left.
No.
7-2. 7-2 to Thunder.
Fair play, but thank you very much for the update. Much appreciated. We'll have to see how they get on. But other than that, is it looking like a pretty even match, or is it is one team not being able to
even than I think the paperwork would say? It's a lot more even.
That was the thing on paper. I thought Sussex. I thought Bournemouth could give them a bit of a run, but I thought Sussex would be quite comfortable in this, to be honest.
For sure, yeah. It was. Well, you can see Bournemouth's offense. Here we go. I'll get off. Get me ugly mug off.
This is live.
This is literal game day live. Like you are watching Britball nice and dry. Thanks to Ollie, so you don't have to go outside and get wet. So we appreciate you for that. We appreciate there, Ollie.
Have you done the Stallions update? Touchdown Stallions, extra point is good, 9-0 over the Saints. Yeah. Sorry, I was watching this. Either watching that or eating my sandwich.
Yeah, I've given both the Saints update and the Bulls update. So
super duper
miles behind.
I am way behind, but I've got some dinner, so
you've got some lunch.
I've got some lunch. Yeah.
So as he takes it by Oscar.
Just as an update on this one, the Thunder score came from a pick 6 on about the 30-yard line, so it was pretty tidy. And obviously, 2 points was a safety. That was, I think, it was a bad snap when Thunder were backed up on about their 3-yard line.
We've had a few of those today. There was one against Oxford, bad snap, and I think maybe Birmingham had a bad snap as well, which was their safety. So it's you have to assume that the weather's playing a big old detrimental effect there with the handling conditions there.
In all honesty, it is something that Thunder have struggled with this season, is the centre work.
Ooh.
Who have they? Because they obviously had a few people come over from Portsmouth before Portsmouth folded. Have they had an influx since as well, or is it still?
I know that Thunder have a quarterback sitting on the bench that came from Portsmouth, Sam Chance, who also plays for the Destroyers. That is gone to the house. That is gone. Is he
gone?
Oh no!
Oh,
is he running down?
No,
catch up.
Receiver ran inside. He let the DB get to him. I'm going to
Let's
try and
go,
get
let's-
on the.
Go down. Go, let's
One
go, let's
second,
go.
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Come
this is
on,
live.
Wait, I'm going to have to go with the civilians.
That's just run. Stuff it.
No,
Just go
on
for
the
it.
field.
Crack
Just get
through.
on the field. No,
Yeah.
on the field. On the field.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be all that welcome, if I'm honest, if I walk through their sideline.
Stuffy, you represent Gridiron Hub. This is Game Day Live. Hashtag Game Day Live. We are live at the match, pushing through the crowd. Get out of the way, peasants.
I'm
Here
on
we
my
go.
way. I'm on my way. I'm almost
Here we
there.
go. Look interested, number 32. Look interested.
Well, he can't. He can't. They're down in the goal line, so he can't.
There we go.
There you go.
Thud. No, what? Super duper. Now this is fabulous. We are live at Britball in the dry,
So we
watching
are
it pitch side.
2nd and 6 on the 24.
I'm not
This
going to
is
lie. Like these markings, I have no idea what I'm looking at here. I can see soccer markings. I can see like everything
I think
else.
we're just looking at the blue. I think the red is something else, and the white obviously
blue.
is football. Here we go. Here we go. He's dropped back.
Swing
He's
pass.
out.
Oh, he dropped a goal.
Oh, he's dropped
Oh,
it.
I mean, let's be honest. There was not like he had massive amounts of space to move, but there was probably a good still 2 to 3 yards and the possibility to shake the first defender. So
Yeah, that's true.
give you
Manchester friendly's back online.
yeah. The Vikings receive and return it to their 30. So at least now we're getting clarification from the Titans of whose 30 the ball is going to, as
Thank
opposed
you.
to just speculation before. And if anybody's got any more updates from any of the other games, do slap them in the comments there. We're definitely happy to give those a shout out while we've got Ollie here. We got the run off tackle left side.
He's running. Could he do it? Could he do it?
Great
Oh,
tackle.
First down. That's a
Great
first down.
tackle.
This will be 1st and 7 now. And a goal. 1st and goal on the 7.
first and
Oh,
goal.
he's not having a good time.
No,
he
he
gets some.
is.
Oh, come on.
He's not happy bunny.
Yeah, it was a good spot tackle there. Low and form fit, head to the side, and it looks like he's winded him a little bit. So
They'll be fine. He's no lineman. They're indestructible.
we got an update from James there. The Bristol game is now at. It looks like Bristol scored another touchdown on Birmingham, so we're up to 23-8. So
Fair
it looks like
enough.
they're
Looks like there's disarray on the Thunder defense.
Oh, blimey.
So the Bulls were forced to punt, but it was blocked and returned for a Bristol score. So the 2-pointer was stopped. So it is 23-8 to Bristol over Birmingham in quarter 2. And we've got a halftime update there for Colchester. And they are telling us that they are still 7-0 up over Ouse Valley at halftime there with the 30-minute rolling quarters.
Yeah. Keeping it wacky. Oh, we're having a timeout. Either that or they're playing a really weird D.
Oh, it could be like the I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was about 5-6 years ago. The Colts came out in the worst formation I've ever seen in my life, and it was the center in the middle of the field, Andrew Luck under center, and then they just lined up their entire team on the right hand side.
Yeah,
and I can't remember who it was against, but they sent 2 blitzes and they got to him pretty much instantly. Like, what are you doing, mate?
He just fell out. He snapped it and went.
Went backwards and fell over. Yeah, 100%.
Oh dear. At least it wasn't the old butt fumble against the Jets. So I have nightmares over that.
By the Jets, not against the Jets. By the Jets.
We suck so much balls. But yeah, keep us updated, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
He's threatening. He's down on the 3.
I was going to say he can't be too far out now. It looks like they're picking up sort of 2-3 yards with each of these rushes. So what are we, 2nd down?
2nd and goal on the 3.
Was that a lacrosse helmet? I swear that dude who just walked past was carrying a lacrosse helmet and
no, that was a faithful photographer. Carl Hensley.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's get straight down the line. See if we can catch him going in.
Riveting stuff that we've got here, guys.
This is wild.
Literal Game Day Live. I forgot how disorganized Britball looks.
Throw.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, he's
got it.
They're
They're giving it.
VAR. It's good.
There we go. We got the touchdown. So we've got the update there. So that will take us to 8-7 as the Bobcats take the lead over the Thunder.
This is live. This is British red zone right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is Britball's answers for red zone. You wanted it. We delivered. There you go. So we'll see if we can tack on a Z for the
We've got
one.
Ollie in 4K. Ollie in 4K coming to us live.
I love how people are just hanging off this. They just need to know.
Yeah. How we going? Here we go. Oh.
Dish.
It's wide left. Wide left.
Wide left.
Oh, he's hooked it. Oh. So we got an 8-7 scoreline then. The Bobcats take the lead.
And the photographer, God bless him, out in the rain.
There he is. Look at him with his bags.
Good man.
Thanks, Carl.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Ollie.
I was going to say, we're going to let you go, Ollie. So we really appreciate you dialing in. And if we get any more score updates, let us know.
All right, guys. I'll catch you later.
Good on you.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Ollie. Take it easy,
Thanks, man. Bye. And there we go. There's me. And there's you.
Big Mike.
There he is. So yeah, so we're starting to go in onto a lot of the half times here, but to rattle through, Surge 6, Revolution 14, Thunderbolts 0, Mavericks 48, which is that's a shoo-in. Oh, they must be in Mercy Clocker if they're not calling it time there.
I was going to say, isn't the Mercy rules 40 points? I think. Oh, is it
35? 35.
Yeah, so they're just half time, 100%. Just roll it.
Warriors 21 over the Exiles and nothing from the Olympians and the Blitz. If anyone out there knows anything of any of the London games going on, shout us up, bang it in the comments, just to let us know. Warriors 35, Exiles 0. I remember in the as we were talking in the pre-game, I was hoping the Exiles might do something a bit better against the Warriors. No.
So that tells us that the gap there is back to Warriors, everybody else.
Yeah, bagger. And so yeah, Thunder 7, Bobcats 8, as we saw live, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you want to flip over to Stallions 9. Saint 0. If you want to flip to the other ticker tape, because we have technology, loads of it. Bulls 8, Aztecs 23, Black Knights 0, South Wales Warriors 6, Storm Stampede. If anyone's watching that or there, give us a shout. Railroaders 0, Falcons 46. Surge doing a good job against the Revolution 6-14. And there we go. The Sussex Thunderbolt. Oh, we've seen that. Oh, we're just not going to. Let's just leave that there.
So we've been told that the very competitive Manchester Northumberland friendly has been stopped for an injured player. So hoping it's nothing too serious. But obviously they are going hard, both teams. So.
Well,
no controlled scrimmage here. Just hard football in a friendly game.
Yeah, that's a game. That is, we're going to play to win this, and not a controlled scrimmage. But maybe they had to call it a controlled scrimmage for insurance purposes.
Yeah, for BAFA purposes.
God bless you, BAFA.
They could have pulled the refs from that game and sent them down to Colchester, couldn't they?
Oh, who are we? But thinking common sense. Well, we're not allowed that in British American football. So moving on, let's see if there's any other updates from. Oh,
there we go. Quarter one. We got Swindon Hereford 7-0.
Oh, blimey! And I was thinking of the Wyverns. They take the ball in. 2-point conversion, no good. Lead extends to 44-0. Oh, that's a shoo-in. That's a kicking. There's an awful lot of blowouts. I mean, I know in a normal season there'd be a lot of one-sided games, but in this kind of this wacky season, there seems to be at least like 3 or 4 every week.
So I had this discussion with Steve that we were we would see teams getting blown out from teams in their own division previously, and that's the thing is we've all got this kind of misconception that because all of these oh shit.
Half time. Wolverines 54, Lee Miners 7. Wow.
Oh.
Sorry.
So carry on. We've got this misconception that because we've suddenly gone, and I had this, because we've suddenly gone and merged all of these divisions together, where we're like, Prem teams will play, and this is something that isn't happening, but it was something that people thought worked. They were like, Prem teams play associate teams and things like that, whereas I think you're only allowed to play like 1 or 2 divisions apart or something. I think if you're a Prem team, you can play a Div 2 team, but you can't play an associate team, and Div 1, all that sort of bollocks. But everybody was like, oh, everything's going to be so lopsided and all of this. But the thing is, we were getting blowouts week in, week out when teams were supposed to be in the same division. I remember when Gridiron Memes used to run the fisting of the week, where it was literally they would do a gold, a silver, and a bronze trophy for teams, and you would get those 3 every single. You were getting 3 to 4 fistings every single week, and that is when teams were in the same division with each other. So you were getting 50 burgers and 50, 60, 70 points. Maidstone were getting run up on, and Hastings were getting run up on, and the West Coast Trojans were getting run up on before they folded. And it's such a shame. When the Knights first made it into the Prem, they were getting rolled by the Blitz. They were getting rolled by the Warriors. Yeah, we do not have a Blitz score at this moment, Ryan.
Sorry, Ryan.
If you can provide one for us, we would love it, but we haven't heard anything yet. Don has told us, Dan, apologies, Dan. Dan's told us that the Warriors are up 35-0 over the Exiles. But no, if anybody's got the Blitz score, we would absolutely love it against the O's, but we haven't got anything. I will see if I can. I've got a mate who's played for both historically, and I'll see if I can drop a question in there and see if he's playing or anything.
Give it a go. But yeah, I mean, other than that, all we've got is what's on the ticker below. Thunder 7, Bobcats 8. We saw the Trojans 0, Wyverns 44. Yeah, fair play. Stallions, there was a couple of. There was the safety before with the Saints. So the Stallions 9, Saints 0.
The Stallions, Stallions have just scored and converted the PAT. So the Stallions are up over the Saints 16-0. It literally just come in.
Bingo. There it is, yeah. Hashtag Gameday Live, using that content. We love it. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, anyone else know any other scores? Bang them up. Bang them up so just spread them out.
So I've got an insider contact at the Bournemouth, as I mentioned, the Bournemouth Sussex game. I'm not gonna say who it is, and he's just advised me that Sussex have just tried to run a halfback pass in the rain, as we all saw the rain, and that the only play that's working is the fullback dive currently.
Fully enough. Daniel Wiggins, we're waiting on. We'd love to know. We don't know the team score yet.
We've got nothing. Sorry, Daniel. No one's providing us any updates. So we would love to know, but nothing yet. Apologies.
So we could make something up. We could blag it, make something up. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't, but we could.
3-2. 4-1. Who knows?
I don't know if that one's possible, but. Just going back to the Titans friendly, we did have the injured player. We've received the update that he was able to make it off the field under his own steam. So I think it was a Vikings player. I haven't got a name, but just a number, and they were happy to see that the number 1 was able to make it off the field on his own steam. So we always love to see that when there are injuries that you can get up and walk it off. So
love it.
As bad as that's, walk it off. Stop hitting it.
Walk it off. He'll be reached.
So we're happy with that. So the Bulls driving back down, driving on the back of a Bammy run or two and a personal foul on Bristol. So a sweet pass from Callum to Andy Brown sets the Bulls up on the 17 inside 2 minutes. So it looks like the Bulls are inside the red zone there for Bristol.
We need someone there. We need someone there. Let's get this live. Come on. We can get this polished for when Steve comes back.
Yeah, and we've got an update there for the halftime for the Revs and the Surge. So that is 14-6 at halftime for that game. And Manchester are on fourth down against. So on fourth down, so the coach has come in with some excellent coaching tips of kick it dead hard, and we've got the punter obliging, and it's a Vikings ball. We've got Ollie here back live.
Oh, we are live. Welcome to Red Zone.
Thunder knocking on the door in the red zone. 1st and 10 on the 15.
I've been told that the plays that are working for the Thunder at the moment are the fullback dives. Can you confirm?
Say that again.
I've been told that the plays that are working for the Thunder is the fullback dive. Can you confirm?
Yes. But it seems it has really dried up here, and the pass now seems to be working.
Ooh.
Is that the pass that they're trying from their halfback? I was also advised that has happened as well.
1 second, just getting told off by Mr. Briggs.
Ooh.
1st and goal on the 2.
Here we go. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, no?
There's a receiver down.
Incomplete, and he is still down. He's not looking good. We've got some medical attention running over. Just while we've got that, we've got an update here from Ryan. We appreciate this, Ryan. Thanks very much. The Warriors are now up 42-0 over the Exiles. So that's starting to turn into a very big blowout.
It's turning into the Wolverines versus the Miners. Bye.
The South Wales Warriors are choosing to give us an update that they gave us 31 minutes ago. Oh, no, sorry. So at the end of the first quarter, the South Wales Warriors were up over the Source 6-0. Halftime, no scores from either team. It's still 6-0 at halftime to South Wales over the Black
Source.
Knights. The Source. I saw it and I was like, why are you posting that 30 minutes after you already posted that? And then I realized that the whole other quarter is played and no one did anything. So if anybody cares, the South Wales Warriors are up 6-0 over the Worcestershire Black. People do care.
It's just that if anyone cares, we don't. But carry on about your day. Who cares?
No, I care. I care about all scores. All scores are equal. All scores matter.
All scores matter. There we go. Yeah. But we'll wait to see what's happening.
But some matter more than others, like the Olympians versus the Blitz. So if anybody knows that one,
someone's got to know out there. Get messaging. Start messaging people. Say what's happening. Even
so
message the coaches.
Looks like Thunder come out in 3-1. 2nd and goal on a 2.
Is number 5 in for Sussex? Jake Smith. He's quite a tall, lanky player.
We're looking out for Lanky.
Mm.
He's thrown it.
He's dropped it. Oh, fuming. You got to make that catch.
Paris with the drop.
Daniel, thank you very much. We've got a Cheetahs Hornets update there. So we've got Hertfordshire up 14-3 over. So I've just been told that the man I was looking for on the field is not there today. He's watching us. Oh, Jake. So we've got the Cheetahs up over the Hornets there, 14-3. So I'm sure producer James will get that banged in the ticker anytime soon if he hasn't already.
Oh.
Now, going behind and batted down.
Now, I have been told, well, not I, we have been told Sussex number 1 is a baller.
I was going to say.
That was not a baller move. That was not a baller move.
I was like, I'm sure there's a comment about him.
I'm gonna call him out right now. That was not a baller move. You need to catch that.
Yeah, that's got to be straight in there, and you've caught it, and then you can strut off being an baller. But no, when you drop it like that, so close, no baller. Right, let's see if we can get the 3.
It's not still 7-0, Jake. It's 8-7. We
literally.
We saw the touchdown live. And Jake's in Paris, so that's why he's not making the game.
Well, fair enough. If you could be in, a soggy field or in Paris, it's tough. Swindon 14, Hereford 0. Quarter 1 is pick 6.
Pick 6, yeah. Go on, Swindon. The Somerset is kicking off quarter 4 just a couple of minutes ago, and the Bulls' 4th down conversion attempt fails, and they've given Bristol first down on their own 14.
The player is Paris.
Oh, right, okay. So I thought Jake was in Paris, but no, he's not. So Paris is the player. So apparently number 1 is phenomenal, but he just doesn't make phenomenal plays when it matters. Jake is wet and soggy in London.
Just saying. If you want to be better, just be better.
Yeah, 100%. So they go. I'm assuming they're going for the field goal, and I'm going to call wide left. We've got a flag though.
A flagged again. What's the other one?
What's going on? Delay a game. So we've got 33 seconds left in the half in the Birmingham Bristol game. Bristol still in command of that one. I've asked about the Blitz Olympians game, and my contacts has mentioned they didn't go to the game, so he doesn't know.
Where's your dedication?
Yeah, I know, right?
Point of note on this kicker. This is the backup kicker, as the receiver that got injured earlier was their primary kicker.
All right.
And it's Britball at its finest.
What's happening now?
Time
out.
Well, this is a wild ride. Come on.
I think Thunder might be going for this.
Ooh. That might be worth it. Here we go. Yeah, they're out. This looks like a change of personnel.
Yeah, the quarterback's come back out.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up.
We're on the 1.5.
Lots of shouting going on.
I'm going to call the fullback dive.
I was going to say this is pound the rock, pound the rock territory.
Nothing that you've shown me on video here, Ollie, gives me any confidence that they can throw this in.
Maybe they were just hustling and they were like, we can't catch, so they'll just leave 9 in the box and then they'll pass. Flag.
I don't think he was set. I don't think he was set when they snapped that.
That wasn't a second. He just went, go away.
I don't think they were set there.
Yeah, I don't think they were set. I think they're going to march this back 5 yards.
And they're going field goal.
Damn it.
So we've got an update from the Manchester friendly. So there's the quarterback Bloomfield taps it into the end zone and the PAT is good. So we've got we got an update. Hereford has scored. Hereford are on the board in quarter 1 against Swindon.
Fantastic. Good on them.
And Glenn Trafford, God damn it, number 1.
God damn it, number 1.
Got to assume that's in relation to not being set. So this man, who is phenomenal, is not phenomenal at setting in time for a play.
Well, that's Paris.
Yeah, Paris is number 1. It's good.
Good.
Right. So what do we got now? We've got 10-8, if I'm
10-8.
remembering rightly.
10-8.
10-8. I think that's the half as well.
Fair play.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much for bringing us Bournemouth Red Zone. Thanks.
See you a bit later.
I'm sure we'll see you again later. Cheers, Ollie.
Yeah. Cheers, Ollie. Super duper. Well, there we go. But that was live. Red Zone, our version. Love it.
Yeah. Britball Red Zone live.
We are still waiting on an awful lot of updates, though, ladies and gentlemen. If you use #GameDayLive, or if you know anyone involved in those games, give us a shout. Bang it in the comments. Let us know so we can broadcast it to absolutely everyone else, because folk are sat at home bored. They want to know. So we'll go through. I mean, these are all still up to date. Bulls 8, Aztecs 23. The Source 0. South Wales 6. Storm is just a recent score. That's 14-6 over the Stampede. Crew. Oh, they haven't scored any more, which is nice. It might be because it's half time, but yeah. We're not coming out. Shut up. But yeah, Crew 0, Falcons 46, Surge 6, Revolution 14. There's the Thunderbolts 0, East Kent Mabs 48. Blimey.
So I've inquired about the Blitz Olympian score, but all I've been told is that everybody they know is either playing or not there. So it's there's no middle part.
Right. Okay. Well, it may be that's a late update as they sort of like come off the field and get on, and they go, "Oh, why aren't we mentioned? We're not You're not mentioned because we don't know." That's all. But yeah, so that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to update you with whatever's going on in this wonderful world of Britball.
So I've just jumped on Score Stream, and it looks like they are still 0-0 from what we can see against the Olympians, according to Score Stream. So
fair enough. Lee -7, Lancashire Wolverines 54.
Oof.
Yeah, they've just kicked it into they've just kicked it into gear now.
Yeah,
Like, if that is the half time, although it'll be over in half an hour. That is mercy clock. Ouse Valley, I guess they're still in the half time. They're losing to the Gladiators 7-0.
Yeah, that was the most recent update we got, was the halftime 7-0 update there. So, and that's on the 30-minute rolling clocks. So
Warriors have just scored, according to Ryan Robinson. Thank you very much for the update. So, waiting for the PAT. This is also red zone.
Yeah, so that's going to be pushing for the 50 burger there against the Exiles. So.
Hold your breath. Actually, they might have to come on, so it might be a little while, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
There might be all sorts. It might be like the Sussex Thunder game, and the pat is good.
There we go. So that's a 49-0 there for the Warriors now.
They only need. Oh, blimey. Yeah. So that is another mega blowout. Oh, there you go. Our Lord and Commander, Stevie.
Yeah. From beyond the grave.
Wyverns 50, Trojans 0. Fourth quarter. That's a kicking.
That is a ball. Yeah, that is a big old blowout.
No,
so much so that the Wyverns Twitter man, who has been keeping us updated, he's just buggered off. He's like, well, it doesn't matter anymore. We're into the mercy rule. I'm going to get some Maccas.
I want some nuggies.
Yeah, that's it, man. Who was it? Lincolnshire Bombers. Their Twitter man loves a McDonald's, and I really appreciate his live updates of what he's getting when he goes and gets it, and he misses scoring updates. But
I love that when you choose nuggies over football. You're like,
yeah,
they scored. I don't know, Jeff.
Yeah. I got barbecue sauce though.
Yeah. So there you go. So they are coming in, ladies and gentlemen. We are keeping you up to date as we are up to date.
I'm just going to give a quick rundown at the moment. In the 7 division, we've got Aztecs up 23-8 over the Bulls. We've got South Wales at halftime up 6-0 over the Black Knights. Swindon Storm are up 14-6 over the Stampede. As we move through to Mercia, we've got the Falcons 46-0 over the Railroaders. And last update we got, the Revolution was up 14-6 over the Surge. As we go down to the Southeast Division, we've got East Kent Mavericks up 48-0 over the Sussex Thunderbolts. Haven't heard anything for the Spartans Satyrs score, so if anybody knows anything, please let us know. And then the most recent update we got was for in the London Division is we got 49-0 for the Warriors over the Exiles. Nothing yet received in terms of the Olympians Blitz game as well. What was the Bolts' final score? Last time we heard, Jake, 48-0 was they were down. Daniel's just given us a live update there for the Cheetahs over the Hornets. So we're up 21-3 over the Hornets. So we really appreciate that there, Daniel, as well.
Thank you very much.
And now I'm going to move into East Anglia. And the last update we've got is Colchester 7-0 over Ouse Valley at halftime. We've got the Thunder up 10-8 over the Bobcats. We saw that field goal live there, so thanks, Ollie, for that. Steve popped in with the update there in the Southwest Division that Somerset is up 50-0 over Tor Bay. Thames Valley Division, we've got the Stallions up 16-0 over the Saints, and the Cheetahs are up 21-3 over the Hornets that we've just been advised, so we really appreciate that. We'll get that update in the ticker. And then in the Red Rose Division, the Wolverines are just running rampant over the Lee Miners 54-7, and we've lost producer James. He is also now dead.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's gone, I've had enough. You've mentioned Nuggies one too many times. Spew it. I'm off. There we go.
So we appreciate the update there from Daniel there. He's just let us know that the Cheetahs Hornets scoreline is third quarter there for 21-3. Sorry. So really appreciate that, Daniel. Keep us posted. We are big fans.
Thanks, folks. But yeah, so there we go. Let's have a little bounce over to Hootsuite.
So the Aztecs have just popped up and they've just told us it's now halftime in their game against the Bulls. And it is 28-3 at halftime there in the Bulls Aztec game.
23-8, the other way around. Close enough.
What did I say? 28-3?
Yeah. Give them those 8 points. Come on. We believe in you.
Give them the Patriots Falcons treatment.
Yes.
So I've just been told that we've got someone trying to find out the Blitz Olympian score, as he might know somebody at the game. So hopefully we'll have an update for you shortly on that front. Come here for Game Day Live. We've got all the sauce, not just Worcestershire. We got the rest of it. We got Daddies. We got HP.
Even though you don't like HP.
No, I can't stand it. We got the Exiles punting from the 15 as well.
Ooh. Oh, blimey. If they're only getting out to the 15 and they're having to boof it out there, it's they're having a tough day, bless them. Ooh, blimey. The Warriors are just another... Oh, there we go. That is a full-time score from our Lord and Saviour, Steve Price.
There you go, Jake.
There you go. Mavs, 55. Thunderbolts, full-time, 0. That is a reach shoeing. A proper kicking. But,
it's not the best for you. It's going to...
No. But yeah, so there we go. Oh wow, that is an update. Exile's recovering it on the Warriors 30. They might have a shot at getting some points on the board. That's fantastic.
We really appreciate these live updates from you there, Ryan. Feel this is great. Feel like we're about to I was about to say possibly see some score from the Exiles. I don't think we will. But thank you for keeping us so in the loop. We really appreciate that. Just looking at the, I know Steve really wants to hear about the French. Sorry, wants to hear about the friendly happening between Manchester, the French. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's the Manchester Titans Twitter guy has put a French hashtag on there, so it's confused the hell out of me. So so the Titans have taken over the ball after the Vikings punted away on fourth down, and they're marching down the field because I know, Steve, you really want to know about this friendly.
There you go. Keep yourself up today. Leicester versus Crew. Oh,
so we've got a couple of updates that come through. So the Spartans have just said sorry for the lack of updates. He's been on the field. So go on, Spartans Twitter man, out there playing. Spartans are up 8-0 over the Sabres in the third quarter. A thunderstorm delay of play, and they hope to resume in 30 minutes. So we'll give you a quick retweet there. We really appreciate the Spartans Twitter man there, not only playing the game to 3 quarters, but then jumping in the rain delay to let us know. So anybody who wants to know about the Essex versus East Essex matchup, and the reason we haven't got any updates for the Olympians Blitz game is it hasn't kicked off yet. It's nearly time. Olympians have just come through, told us it's nearly time for kickoff. The season is about to start for them. Tension is building.
Oh, right.
So that's why we've got no updates.
We've got a message from Matt saying Leicester versus Crew. It's Leicester lots, Crew nil, I think.
Yeah, Leicester Crew is mini to not so much.
Yeah, that's a reach shoeing, as we were saying before, proper kicking.
Thanks, Scott. We really appreciate this. I'm actually wondering if it was you who tweeted it out from your official account, because that looks very, very similar to what you put to what was put on the Twitter account. So if Scott is the Essex Spartans Twitter man, we really appreciate you doing the double duty there.
There you go. Cheers, boys. We're sorry, mate.
Yeah, we are sorry. Commiserations here, mate. It's 46-0 last time we heard on the Leicester to Crew game. So I'm just going to very quickly go through and do some updating if James has it. Producer James, are you still with us? Are you updating these tickers for us?
I think they're updated.
There he is.
I'm not completely sure though. There's a lot.
Hey, Ryan, we just want to say you are doing a champion job right now, mate. We really appreciate this. He's been giving us the live updates the Warriors Exiles game, and now he's making the trip across to go see the Blitz Olympians. So thanks very much, Ryan. This is doing God's work there. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I've just got a message from Lewis that it's 50-0 for the Wyverns. That is the full burger. There you go.
I think we already knew that, didn't we?
Do we? He's just pinged me a message saying it's 50-0 in the fourth. I'm like, oof.
Oh, no, we've just been told. Yeah, so 4 minutes ago, the Wyverns going again. PAT's no good. Wyverns lead 50-0. And then we've got the pick on the Exiles 5. So that's obviously the Warriors there that have got that pick, defensive turnover. And Steve is calling Ryan the Ryan of the week, which is true. He is better than all the other Ryans. I'm sorry, guys. You need to step your game up. Ryan Robinson is definitely round of applause for the Ryan of the week.
King Ryan.
End of quarter one, Swindon Storm are up 14-6. As we did see the update from them, but that is the end of the first quarter there.
Yeah. Well, blimey, 55-0. Yeah. Let's have a little look and see what else there is, because I keep. Oh, there's more from the Titans. Friendly, as you say. Third down, and Titans Fulham gets the third down. Whew, there we go. There's some absolute corker games, some big scores going up.
Yeah, so we've got the hidings that are to be expected, but at the same time we've got some close ones. Like that Sussex Bournemouth game is looking real close.
It's better than I thought it'd be. I thought that would be like the rest of them. I thought that would be Sussex blowing them up, but nope. Good on Bournemouth. They're keeping it well in the game.
Yeah, and then obviously Worcestershire versus South Wales. Last time we heard that was halftime. That was 6-0. Swindon up over Hereford 14-6. Another close one. The Surge and the Revolution. Last we heard was 14-6 again. And then the Spartans over the Sabres was 8-0. So we've got some very close games there.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Who else have we got? I think this is So you are, ladies and gentlemen, currently up to date. At a game and want to get on the stream, message the page. We'll send you the link. Loving that. We're banging them all out. There we go. And we'll have you on, the same as we had Ollie on. You can talk to us. You can do it, even if you're in McDonald's and you're discussing your favourite sauce. I'm a big fan of curry. Not a lot of people is. Yeah, love it.
Nathan. The halftime score. They've just gone to halftime in the last 5 minutes, and it's 23-8 over the Aztecs over the Bulls currently. And Ryan here is just. King Ryan has just let us know Warriors game is finished. Full-time score 49-0. So there is a clear gap between the Warriors and everybody else at the moment. So I guess we'll get to see whether there's another gap between the Exiles and the Blitz and the Olympians shortly as they're about to kick off. So
in a bit, yeah.
I always forget that there's these staggered game times. Not everybody's kicking off at 2. You got people kicking off at 2, and then at 3, and then at 3:30 and 4 o'clock. Like, but the Olympians game obviously must be kicking off at 4. Like,
yeah.
Whew.
I guess so. We're all out. So there you go. Like I say, I think King Ryan is on his way there to keep us informed. But if anyone's there already, let us know. Keep us up to date.
He's making that journey. So we appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you very much.
We got
an update for Steve. I know he wants to hear this. Manchester at first and goal in their very competitive friendly against the Northumberland Vikings there. So I have no idea what the actual score is for that. Like, we're just getting updates, and
we need to find out for Steve, so he's not disappointed.
Maybe because it's a friendly, they're not keeping score. Like, the thing is, Steve hasn't put it on the ticker. And I'm tempted to just chuck it in there.
God! Oh, blimey! You mess with a man's ticker.
I think I would lose. I'd probably lose admin privileges. He'd just start removing me from everything. So.
And you're done. But yeah, so there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you are live. Here we go. He is listening. He's listening. South Wales 12. The Source 0.
So there we go. That means we got a touchdown there for South Wales. For anybody who cares about NFL news, I've just had a few updates come through in the last hour. Deshaun Watson will report to the Texans today to avoid being fined $50,000 per day during their training camp. But his trade request does remain in effect, saying that nothing has changed. So he still wants out of the Texans. And then there's a report that's come out that Rodgers wants $90 million guaranteed over 2 years to come back and play for the Packers. If anybody cares about that,
just ruin my day, Oz.
Oh, blimey.
The reason for James is saying that is we are in a fantasy football league together, myself and James, and he is the Aaron Rodgers owner in that league, and also the Devontae Adams owner. So he is very invested.
Oh, wow.
We've got some Britball updates. That's what everybody's here for. No one cares about the NFL.
No.
The Glads have scored. So the Glads are 14-0 over Ooze Valley. Sam Morton with the score, and Aaron makes the kick. There's 11 minutes in the third remaining. Obviously, that is a 30-minute.
I was going to say. Clock. Yeah, so 20 minutes nearly 20 minutes is gone.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. So we've got 14-0 to the Gladiators, and with the mercy rule in effect there for the Wyverns, so they're up 2-minute warning. And Glenn, thank you. We did get that same update, and we believe that that is correct. That the kickoff is at 4 with the Olympians and the Blitz. So we'll be looking forward to getting updates for them until we go offline. It's the man, the myth, and the legend himself. What happened to Tom Cruise?
Unfortunately, Mike had to go to the toilet, so I'm jumping in for a little bit.
Ah, right. That does make sense. I can now see that the private chat has been popping off in my absence.
The private chat's always popping off.
So I wanted to say thanks, James, for doing all the grunt work behind the scenes there, updating tickers and keeping the ticker flash ups as well. You know, getting those updates through from certain people.
Wyverns scored again, 57-0.
Oh, Jesus! Poor Torbay.
A lot of scores today.
They got absolutely trounced by Cornwall, wasn't it? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think they play? Do we think they finished the season?
Oh, tough to say, really. I mean, maybe. I mean, you know, they've made it 5 weeks now. They can't just give up, can they?
I don't know. That's going to be the question, like the poignant question. Every time a team gets trounced in back-to-back weeks, it's, do they last the rest of the season? You would assume 5 weeks in that you're gonna stick it out and play the rest of it. But so I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm just having a chat to a mate of mine who's I'm gonna see if I can get him to keep giving me the Blitz Olympians updates. And I've just told him, I think they kick off at 4. He's like, Jesus, that is a late kickoff.
I don't know what we're still waiting on. I think we've got at least an update for every game except for the Olympians and Blitz, obviously, because
4 p.m. kickoff. Yeah, 4 p.m. kickoff is really late though. Like,
yeah, I'm not staying on until about 7.
No, neither. I think we will definitely call it before then.
Yeah,
I think our usual finish times.
Most of the games have got finals, and then we'll just let Warriors we'll just let Olympians Blitz do their thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So just at the moment, I think the majority of games are either going full or in the third and fourth quarter. Hey,
I'm back. What did I miss?
Well,
another Wyvern score.
Oh, crap!
I'm gonna take a very quick comfort break as well if these are allowed. So
if it's one of those, if you don't, you sort of like halfway near the full time, you start dancing and people think there's a problem with your screen. I've done it on what we do last orders. You kind of get to there and everyone's talking, and you're looking on your watch and going, "Oh, it's 55 minutes, 50." And you're like,
nah, that's what it was when I used to do the fantasy show with Tyler. It was getting to like 2 hours. Like, oh, come on, need a piss.
So where are we up to? I'm sure you've been captured. Thunder 10, Bobcats 8. We have got the Bulls 8, Aztecs 23. The Black Knights, the Sorcerer, losing to the Warriors 12-0. The Storm 14, Stampede 6. In Oh God, I hate it when the Railroaders one rolls through.
I mean, we haven't had any more updates, so maybe they just went home.
Maybe just went sod it. I've had enough. 46-0, that'll do for me. We're not playing anymore. Stuffies. The Revolution still leading the Surge 14-6. The Thunderbolts, and that is a final score, I believe. Mavericks 55, Thunderbolts 0. And I think that's it. Essex Spartans 8, Sabres 0.
Yeah, that's half time.
That's the full time
for Warriors.
The Warriors 49, Exiles 0. And the Olympians Blitz is just about to kick off. And thank you to Glenn Trafford Smith. Yes, you are absolutely bang on. We've been going, there's nobody there. But our good friend Ryan, King Ryan, is on his way over there to keep us up to date. Hopefully, he might be listening to this in the car. I don't know how he's getting over there. If he might be running. I don't know. He might be dead fit or something. But if he's there, message one of us or message the page. Get on. Get yourself on. You can have a little chat.
Message the page and I'll pick it up.
Yeah, we'll get you on and say hello. Show the Britball world your face. There's people watching this who like to know exactly what you look like. And there we go. We're back to this. The Eagles versus the Gladiators. They're on this an odd because Bafra pulled their referees. Mm-hmm. They're on 30-minute running clock. It's 7-0. Yeah, a bit of an odd one. But that's kind of where we're up to with things at the moment. The Wyverns, oh God. So the Wyverns 57, Torbay 0. That's terrible. Wembley Stallions 16, Saints 0. The Hertfordshire Cheetahs 21, the Hornets 3. There he is. He's back. And we're Lee Miners 7, Lancashire Wolverines romping to victory 54-7 at the moment. I'm assuming that's called time on that.
I think that's full time. Yeah. So I'm a terrible person, right? Because I've just looked out the corner of my eye, and I've seen that the Crew Railroaders have put up a post on Twitter asking for help with their social media for Gameday. So that's great. We love that, by the way. Get stuck in. Like, that is an incredible thing. But all I saw was Crew Railroaders, can you help? And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, it's a bit fucking late for that. You guys just like, you want to ask for help before, you want to help. You want to ask for help before you get destroyed.
Dear.
So I joke. No, Crew. I think this is great. Like, one, it's a very snappy post that they've put up. It looks like this is sort of tied in with what we were talking about earlier. Like, how do you recruit? This is really tidy. Like, I'm going to keep sort of gesticulating about it and hope that James brings up the post so we can show it on screen. James. But it's a clean looking post. They've done it very, very well. And I think it's a great idea because you do want the extra additional help for those game days to be able to provide that experience. I think James is gone. I think he's.
Oh no! Here he comes.
Yes.
Here he comes.
There we go.
There we go. We're looking for help. Volunteers to help us with social media on game day, something like that. People will see it, and if they're a fan of the sport, they might go, "Yeah, go ahead, I'm game." And if you can get a good person who is handy with social media, they are worth their weight in gold.
Oh, it's an asset to a team. Somebody it's my favorite teams that I have in terms of in my head are ones who, like, I'm really enjoying the Titans Twitter guy at the moment. So, Tommy, thank you very much for the update. Britball returned to kickoff for a touchdown to start the second half. Unlucky there for Birmingham.
Come on, Balls.
But it's my favorite teams at the moment in Britball are the ones whose social media are on the ball. Like, I'm really enjoying. Like, the Lincolnshire Bombers is one that Steve reminded me that I'm a big fan of. The Sheffield Giants have got a great one. The Yorkshire Rams have a great social media team.
Warhawks, Hunbo Warhawks.
Oh, their Facebook team is just top
brilliant.
Notch.
Absolutely brilliant. Big love for
the Titans at the moment, even though it's a friendly, their social media guy has been on point. So big. But I mean, I think that's just also reminiscent of the fact that we talk about how well, like we all wank on about how well run the Titans is as an organization. We're like, oh, they do this really well and they do that, and this is just another thing that they do well. Like they are a top notch club and they're showing it. So
yeah.
But at the same time, right? If you think about what they are as a team and what they represent in the catchment area, you would hope that a team like the team that takes the name Manchester as their team, you would hope that they would be a well-run organization. Like, when you for what the Warriors are in terms of, that they are the best team in Britball generally. Perennially the best team. But their socials are so lackluster. There's no. I don't see much from their Twitter account. They don't engage with. It kind of feels like that they think they are better than everybody else, and they act that way. They're like, we don't need to do anything. We just get the best players, and that's all there is to it.
Isn't there a thing when they start playing? It's go dark.
When it's playoffs. When it's playoffs, it's their thing is they're focused on the football. They're not focused on anything else, and they're lucky enough to, as such a big organization, in terms of. Like, everybody knows they're the best. Like, if you want to play for the best team, you play for the Warriors. That's all there is to it, really. Obviously, Tamworth is up there and things like that, and you can argue the Blitz and things like that. But if you want to play for the best organization, you play for the Warriors. So they probably feel like maybe they don't need to do the little extra bits that some of the other teams need to. We've got an update. The Olympians Blitz is delayed due to lightning, so we appreciate that. Thanks, James, popping that on. We've also got some full-time scores. The Rev Surge game is done. So that is, they're calling it early in the third due to multiple injuries. So we hate to see it. You hate to see it. Revs finish 14-6 over the Surge. Game called early in the third due to multiple injuries. So wishing the best for those players that are involved, and hopefully it's nothing too major.
Yeah, you hate to see it, and anytime that, because there was a few last week that were called due to injury. It's a sad sort of state when you're looking down the line and everyone's broken. You hate to see injuries anyone, where there's multiple. You're like, oh Jesus, come on boys, look after yourselves and get healthy, come back and have another crack at it. There's more seasons. There's seasons in the future. There's more of this season to go. So rest up, heal up, and come back. So
did you and James talk about the few firsts in Somerset's club history? So
I saw it, but go on, crack on.
So the 57-0 that they put up is their first 50 burger ever. They've never had a 50 burger before, and it's their first win against Torbay in team history as well. So well done to Somerset there. I don't know if you've noticed, I keep calling them Somerset because I don't say the W word the same way that you guys say the W word.
Wyverns.
You guys say I say Wyverns. So I'm just stepping away from it, and I'm just going to remove it from the equation because I know I think I said it. I think Steve usually brings. He's like, "What are you saying?" Like he's very big on correcting my pronunciation of English words. That's why I don't understand. Yeah,
we can call it the Wyverns if you like.
I don't understand why you guys have got a town just south of London called Woking. Like, is it based on the Chinese dish that you cook thing? Like, no. So we've just been told massive updates for you here, Steve, in the highly competitive Manchester game. So they've punted it. So the Vikings have punted it to Fossey. Fossey does Fossey things and takes the ball down to the Vikings 18-yard line. So inside the red zone already. This is drama in this Manchester Northumberland game. And
this is what you want, Steve. This is what you asked us to do.
Yeah, this is 100%. This is what everybody wants. They are hanging out for the updates of the game that means everything between Manchester and Northumberland.
Everything and nothing. It means the world and yet so little.
It means the world to nobody.
Well, I want to know. I actually want to know what Fossey things are. Is that when he's got a jetpack, or is he just dead good at football?
I think it's probably his surname.
Yeah, but I know it. But what are Fossey things?
Well, I'm assuming it's more that's what he does, because I'm looking at it looks like they've quote tweeted themselves from an earlier game against the Nighthawks, and it says that the Nighthawks kick to Fossey. Fossey does Fossey things, tighten possession for the Nighthawks 30. So it feels like I don't know what Fossey's first name is, but it seems like he's a ball over kick returner.
What a guy. Well, whoever Fossey is and whatever Fossey does, it's good. It's worth mentioning here on Gameday Live.
So we've got things are getting swifty. Yeah, things are getting swifty in here, according to the Titans. Bloomfield hits Academy grad Gracie Ainscoe for a touchdown, and then there's madness as the 2-point attempt is picked off and returned by the Vikings.
Madness, absolute madness. But it's madness.
But no score. No one. So they're scoring touchdowns, but they're not keeping score.
Can you imagine? You catch it, you go, yeah, run the full length, you get to the other end, and then you just say, yeah, thanks for that, see you later. You're like, devastated. You just go, you cry. You just go, you know what, I've done my bit for the day. Oh, there you go. I just did a typo and came up with the Thunder Blots. Well, but it's better than their current score. Was that 55-0? So against the Thunder Blots.
And I think I remember seeing them versus the Spartans as well from I think it was 2 weeks ago, and they got well and truly worn out by the Spartans as well. So
poor Thunderblots.
It could be a very short-lived life for the Thunderblots, where they may be a one and done season sort of thing.
Although Blitz B stuck around, Blitz B still a thing.
True. Very true. No, they are. Yeah, no, they are.
I was like, aren't they?
And no, they are, and they're generally semi-competitive. In the Div 2 region, I remember before this obviously all changed up and everything. They were generally in the playoffs for Div 2 pushing for promotion. So
nice. So
I don't know what's the rulings for that, right? If they were to become good enough, could they ever push for Prem?
I guess so, and then you'd have Warriors, Blitz A, Blitz B, and then you'd have the Aztecs. Always just there, just knocking on.
That's what I wonder is can we get
right in, ladies and gentlemen. Text in, find it. There we go. Self-addressed envelope. Oh, blimey. Well, Bristol have woken up.
Yeah. Do you want to take this one?
I really, really don't want to, but that is a massive blowout over. We were hoping that the Bulls would be a bit more competitive, but apparently Bristol are showing their Prem pedigree, if you will, and they're up 39 now. So, oh dear, come on, Bulls, you can score another one. We believe in you. There's still time, isn't there? I don't know. They must be in the fourth quarter by now. I think everyone else is. Oh dear, but yeah, so. There you go. So the rest of the on the ticker we're looking through. There's no change for the Revolution and Surge. Is that full time? We must be knocking on for a full time.
Yeah, full time for Shropshire.
That is full time. Oh, there we go, smashing. But yeah, we're just waiting for the rest of the bits and pieces in.
So the update there for the Birmingham Bristol game is the Bulls were forced to punt, and on the resulting drive, the Aztecs added to their lead with a long catch and run. The 2-point was complete, and it's in quarter 3, 39.
Oh, crikey! Well, Bulls, you've got a full quarter to go, and you're not in mercy rule clock yet. So, come on, we believe in you, kind of. I don't know.
We've been told that Fossey is still doing Fossey things as he reads the screen. As he reads the screen from the Northumberland Vikings for words.
Blah blah.
As he reads the screen against the Northumberland Vikings and breaks it up. And apparently the Twitter man for Manchester got terrified watching that unfold. So
there you go. But yeah. Fossey things and whatever the Fossey can and Fossey can't.
Whatever the Fossey can do.
That's it. Do you reckon he can do anything else? There we go. Swindon 21, Hereford 6. Quarter 2, another pick 6. Fair play.
Wow.
Yeah. Although we kind of predicted the Swindon to start winning that one. I think.
Yeah, but I don't think we predicted it so much off the back of 2 pick 6s. Well, I didn't, at least. I thought that there might be some offensive firepower as opposed to just the defensive.
That old throw, catch, and run, that malarkey that people sometimes talk about. But yeah, so the rest of the bits and people, I think are we still waiting for Olympians to kick off because of Thunder? Is that going to be another half an hour? Is that
I
20 minutes
think
now?
Yeah, we were looking at a game delay of about 30 minutes from 4. So hopefully we've got only about another 10 minutes before that game kicks off. But like James says, unfortunately for anybody who does care about the Olympians and Blitz game, we're not sticking around till 7, giving you updates on one game.
As much as we love you, no. No. I mean, you've had fun, but yeah. I've got to. Yeah, that's. Where are you? It's awful sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting messages in all over the place.
Oh, are you looking at what I'm looking at?
Possibly, maybe.
What's on the screen?
Oh, well, we're having a moment of silence there for our miners there. 86-7. Wolverines over Lee. That is an absolute kicking. Almost as much, I think. Well, I think that was the same as the Manchester gave to the Wolverines early on in the year, but that is a proper shoe-in. In memorial of the miners. God bless their wee bums. But yeah, so brutal. But again, It's like you say, you get those sort of games, you get all that sort of stuff.
Thanks, Ben, for giving us that update. By the way, we didn't get a chance to thank you for that. Last time we'd heard that it was a lot more reasonable in the 50s. So we would just like to remind anybody that hasn't been with us since the start. That game, our first update that came through was 7-6 to the Miners.
I know, we were all full of optimism. We were wild optimism.
How the turntables? 80 unanswered points. 8.
That's kind of terrible, isn't it? We're scoring.
Wow.
We're scoring again. I will score again. I will score again. And they just stood there watching it going. So blimey. But yeah, thank you very much, Ben. I'll see you anyway in October for that thing. That one. And then
do you want to take some time to talk about both of those?
I can do briefly before we go back into it. That one is the Spider Cup. I didn't know how much I could plug it. I will jump in for Daniel Wiggins there quickly there.
Yeah, we've got the update there for the fourth quarter of the Chiefs Hornets game, 27-3.
That's really good. But yeah, this is the Schmider Cup. That's up in Chester on the 9th and 10th of... here you go. Ben's bringing it home for the Australian team. And Team Europe. And we're not actually...
hang on. Another one.
Boom.
I know that Nathan was looking for updates on the Leicester Crew game. Nathan, there we go, 66-0.
That's frightening. But yeah, that's 9th and 10th of October. That's Flop and Team Europe. So God bless you for trying. Well done for turning up for Team Australia. But this one, there's still spaces open if anyone wants to jump in. This is the Slate Cup in November in Milton Keynes on the 6th. Ping either Gridiron Hub or Schmider Series or someone a message. You can come and get involved. It's Canadian-ish because I believe they play on a 150-yard pitch. Nowhere in Britain has a 150-yard pitch, so it's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's American football / Canadian, but we're just going to have a bit of a laugh, raise a load of money for the Amelie Fund, which is a part of Gridiron Hub, and there we go. So come and get involved, and you may end up being coached by this man right here, who is.
I'm going to be there.
He is. He's Team Grizzly head coach, the head honcho, if you will.
Yep. So I will be there with a backpack full of beer, marching up and down the sideline because I've got coordinators, so I'm not calling plays. I am just going to be there purely for motivation and refreshment. So if you want to play and you want to get some free booze while playing, come play for Team Grizzly.
There you go. That's it. So if message the page, the draft is on the 6th of August. You'll all get divided up nice and equally. But yeah, bang it in as soon as you can because I've got to close it in a couple of days, by the 1st anyway. And back to the updates.
So I sent a quick cheeky message to the Titans asking them if anybody was keeping score, and the answer is no, they're not. It's just, all I got back was just a gif of the little girl in the pink jacket going.
But that's it. Is if you catch that that 2-point conversion and run it all the way back, why are you running it all the way back? You get you've caught it, you beat your last man, and you just go done. See you later.
Yeah. So
gotta love the commitment. There's a commitment to the cause. I'm going to run it all the way. No. But yeah. So what else?
And we've got we've got another score update on the score that doesn't matter. Is the Titans get to the QB in the end zone and cause a safety. So that score is updated to no idea to probably not as much.
You're up to date, Steve.
Yeah. We know you are following along with bated breath, wanting to know exactly how it's going on the controlled scrimmage #friendly.
It's nothing to nothing. Oh, there we go. Assuming it's to stop Baffa recording the result, so Vikings still get their 8-0 season record. Ooh, controversial. Potentially, yeah. Because if they go down as a loss.
Well, it's friendly. Nobody loses when you're just being friends.
Well, everyone's friends. But I thought, I mean, it's kind of an odd thing, and I'm sure if Stevie is listening to this, the shade. I think every game in this season is technically a friendly because that's why some teams are refusing to play. They forfeit. It's not a forfeit; it's a refusal because every game is technically a friendly. So that's why they've called it a controlled scrimmage, so that it doesn't get recorded. Thank you, Grant. I mean, that's, again, I may be off the mark there. I'm hoping Lord and Saviour Steve is listening in, but I think that's right.
All I took away from that, right? Did you ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway, like the American version, back in the night? All I'm taking away from that now is like, welcome to the Baffert 2021 season where everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting from this. Welcome to Britball 2021, where everything's made up and the scores you have don't matter. Like,
but that's true. But they will still, even though they're friendlies, they will still go in the record books. That's why all these crazy ass blowouts and that will still count, even though they're friendlies. They were down at the start of the season as a friendly. So, yeah. Well, you saw. Correct.
That's very true. That is 100% true. Especially if you were to play teams like Liverpool versus Manchester. Does Liverpool have a team? What are the teams in the Liverpool? Is it Merseyside? Nighthawks?
That play in Lancashire.
Oh. Okay.
Playing Ormskirk. Oh, Skelmersdale.
Don't say that like I know where that is. Oh, they play in the city over on that side of the country.
It's not in Merseyside. Their home pitch is actually outside Merseyside. It's in Lancashire, in Skelmersdale.
Right. Okay, so is there a Liverpool team?
Apart from the university teams, no.
No. Okay.
No.
Right. So what other sort of rivalries would there be then that where like people actually like where it would sort of transcend just American football? Because obviously
the London games, obviously. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the kind of the Southwest stuff, they're all pretty. Oh, the Bulls they blocked a point.
Yes, they have. No, a punt, not a point. So the Bulls block a Bristol punt after holding the Aztecs 30 yards out. So
I thought they've done some. I got our Lord and Saviour Steve Price, God bless him. Note the games were supposed to be recorded. Oh, I was incorrect.
Sussex. This is right. Yeah. Where is Ollie? Where's our live update? Sussex have scored 16-8, and we didn't get the red zone. James, get Ollie back on the phone and find out what's going on.
That's fair. Every game matters. People shouldn't be playing if they generally don't think it doesn't matter. That's fair. It's just an odd season.
Can I present Exhibit A?
You can, sir.
Because I think I've got Exhibit B. I think I've got Exhibit B somewhere around here as well.
Oh boy! But
Exhibit B.
Yeah, I know.
There's definitely especially when you're. I think I'd have to scroll up, but I'm sure I could find one where they were about 30 points up in the first quarter. Like I feel like there'd be a lot of people that are on that pitch that go, it doesn't matter anymore.
I know, and yeah, and I mean it's like these are our own opinions, not that of Gridiron Hill.
This is my personal opinion, Grant. So I think I need to reflect that. I feel like there is definitely maybe not to the team, but there are definitely people on that pitch that when you start getting down 30, 40, 50 points, it's only half time. 100% there are people thinking this game doesn't matter anymore. And there is probably a small percentage of people that going into that game thinking they're going to get absolutely thumped are going, well, you know what, I'm just here to play. So
yeah, and yeah, that's a fair shout. It matters all the way to the end.
I think that is more of a reflection of you as a player, and a good reflection. I want to add. I think that is more. It says a lot more about you, because there are 100% people I know. I've been in games where we've been handing out drubbings, and then I've been in games where I've been on the receiving end of drubbings, and it says a lot about a person when they are. Yes, 100%. Yeah, that is exactly it. They are the same. That is, you're right on point. But I've been in games where, where there's been a 40, 50 point deficit, and you are like I was playing D-line in one of them, and the tackle just stopped blocking me. He was like, "Look, we just want this game here. We just want this game over. Just go." And you just like, yeah. And when I was playing not in the UK, and we were up against a whole bunch of Americans, and we were down by about 60 in the and I think it was the third quarter. Like they scored on the opening kickoff. The dude was just faster than everybody else on the field. Like we were like, this is gonna be a long game. And like we were down by about 60, and the guy who was I was again playing defensive end, and he was like, "Why are you still rushing the passer?" He's like, you're not gonna win." And I was like, "Well, I'd like to get a sack in the score. I'd like to get a sack in the score sheet, to be honest with you." And he didn't care. He was like, "Go, have fun, do what you can. You're not going to catch the guy." It's like people just, it does stop mattering to certain people. And God bless Baffa.
Simon Wainwright, one of the greatest human beings in Britball, still in Britball today, coaching the Cheshire Bears. I love you. What a guy. The Cheshire Bears.
Are they a Uniball team?
Women's team.
Women's team, right.
Very
Apologies
good.
for my ignorance.
That's okay. But yeah, that's Simon. What a guy he is. Blitz O's has been called off due to thunderstorm. So we and that is from King Ryan, the best Ryan in the world, at least today. So, but thank you very much. Thanks for keeping us in the loop, and we don't have to worry that we're not here till 7:00 tonight. There you go. The update from
my Jim Carrey typing on is letting people know.
So, the update from Exiles Twitter was the under-19s. The under-19 Exiles 30, Renegades 14. Unfortunately, the adults didn't do so well. They lost to the Warriors 49-0. A bit of a shame, but good on the under-19s. The solid youth and junior squad can help you rebuild and come back a lot stronger. So yeah,
we got the update. We got an update for you, Steve. In the Titans game against the Vikings, that definitely matters 100% to the end, with all of the scores being recorded. 4th down, Titans go for it and they run it into the end zone, and the conversion points on the score of the play of the field as well. So. Please stay on till 7. I don't want you getting rusty. Too late. Look at this ginger. I'm rusty as fuck already. So
I'm just scruffy. I don't care. I'm not quite long anymore. I chop mine off.
I'm more disappointed in mine. I've had it for about a year, and I want to get it to about here. And it's just getting wispy at the bottom as opposed to the thickness staying on. So
plait it for the slate. That could be your thing.
Well, you say that. I've got the missus in the room, and she keeps asking me. She keeps saying, "Are you going to plant it? Like, what's going to be the crack?" And I don't know.
Mrs. Oz, he is going to plait it for the slate, 100%. So
get some Viking beads and do my very best Ragnar Lothbrok impression.
Oh, we've got a message coming to the thing. Crucial play. Can we get Ollie back on? Ollie, come back on.
I don't know.
Hello.
Can we get Ollie?
He said he's coming back on. There's a crucial play about to happen. So,
all right, James, get him. Come on now.
Get him.
So the first half in the Swindon Hereford game is done. Into quarter 2, so that's 21-6. And the Bulls failed to take advantage and pay the price with a one-handed grab and long punt run. So the Aztecs are now up 45-8. It is Ollie.
He is.
Oh, guys, pretty crucial time right now. We got 16-8. Bournemouth have just pretty much driven the field. We got 1st and 10 on the 15. I'm going to.
You should probably show. Yeah, I was going to say you should probably show us the game then, and not your face. Pretty crucial play. Look at me. Look at me.
Tell you what, Bournemouth have been able to run and pass.
Oh, he's bounced it. Oh, we got a flag though. We've got a flag.
Oh, he slid.
The best action shots in the game.
Oh, there's some good sportsmanship there as well. Look at that. Big,
yeah.
Number 3 clocks him out, helps him up, tap on the head from number 20 as well.
Here we go. Can he punch it in, ladies and
gentlemen? It's going back, holding.
Boo. Boo.
Yeah, so we got some commiserations for the Bulls here as the Aztecs go full Calvin Johnson with the one-handed catch and run. And they're up 45-8 to the Aztecs.
Could you just not?
Is the ref really tall, or are they all? We got some user questions here, Ollie. Is the ref really tall, or is all the players 5'2"?
It's a bit of both.
It's a bit of both, right?
It's a bit of both.
Here we are going. It's a pass.
Oh, he's gone.
It's a catch.
He's in.
He's in.
That has got to be a touchdown.
Red zone.
Put the arms up. Here we go.
That takes the game.
While you're there,
16.
While you're there, ask the ref how tall he is before he walks away.
He is about 6'2". That is Mr. Briggs.
Is that Jim?
Super.
That is Jim.
Yeah, Jim is a tall man.
There we go, 6'2". That answers.
Here we go.
The
Looks
question.
like they're trotting out for 2. Looks like they're trotting out for the 2 point.
All for 2. Stay live, ladies and gentlemen.
Because what are we at? Are we at 16-14?
Something like
we'll
that,
be
yeah.
16-14 in just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, to level the game. Ooh.
Run.
Up the middle.
He's
over.
He's in.
Yeah.
We
raise the
got
arms. Here we go. 16 all.
Hey, we love that. Thank you, Ollie.
Yeah, where were you for the other score? Where were you for the 16-8?
I was just about to go live for you guys, and then they scored too quickly.
Oh, okay, right. So we've got Ollie, the roving reporter. He's our man on the sideline here at the Bournemouth Sussex game. So we appreciate you, Ollie. Thanks very much, and we look forward to hearing from you the next red zone opportunity.
Yeah,
it is.
How long's left in the game?
Well, that was about the 4th play in the 4th quarter, so we got quite a bit to go.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We appreciate you, Ollie. Thanks very much,
down
mate.
the sideline for you. All right, guys. Catch you in a bit.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bud. Thanks, Ollie. That's you. There we go. So, do you want to do a quick roundup of the scores, or shall I?
I'm happy to, mate. I'm happy to.
Yeah, you crack on, my friend.
All right, so we'll start with East Anglia. So the last we heard for that was 14-0 to the Gladiators over the Eagles. We've got the Thunder, and as we've just seen, the Thunder and the Bobcats are tied up at 16 all. The Wyverns, with their first 50 burger of their short team life, going 57-0 over the Torbay Trojans. Last we heard, the Stallions were up 16-0 over the Saints. We got the Cheetahs over the Hornets at 27 versus 11. I don't know why I said that. 27-11 over the Hornets for the Cheetahs. The Lee Miners resting in memoriam after after taking a 7-6 lead over the Lancashire Wolverines, only for Lancashire to come back and score 80. That's 8-0, not
not
18, not 1-8. Yeah, so they lost 86-7 against the Wolverines. And then if we move through the divisions, last we heard we had Bristol up 45-8 over the Birmingham Bulls. We've got the full-time score there of on the screen there of South Wales versus the Source. So that's 28-0. So that's picked up in the second half because that was 6-0 at half time. So
I was doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, they've popped up in the second half and come back with 22 unanswered points. Swindon over Hereford at half time is 21-6. The Falcons over the Railroaders full time of 66-0. We got the game between the Surge and the Revolution was called halfway through the third quarter due to multiple injuries, and that was a 14-6 win for the Revolution. The Thunderbolts received a handy loss to the Mavericks, 55-0. Last we heard, the Spartans were up 8-0 over the Sabres. We haven't seen anything further because their social media man is obviously back out on the pitch. They did have a weather delay, and they were going to be out for about 30 minutes, and I'm assuming they're back in there now. And the Warriors beat the Exiles 49-0, and the Blitz and Olympians was abandoned due to poor weather.
That is completely cancelled there, so we can't be far off. A lot more of the teams calling it full time. There's a lot of these now are full timers, and we've not got a late game with the weather calling that late game off. So as soon as these start rolling over into full times, we'll let you know, and then we'll do one last sort of roundup of the lot. But thank you very much for joining us. There's still got time. If you want to ask us anything, you can either tag us in content using hashtag Gameday Live, or you can pop into the comments here, or you can message the page, you can message us anything, ask us whatever you want, and we will do our very best to answer you. We've got producer James. He is behind the scenes, but he is still there, keeping us all up to date with our tickers and all the other bits and pieces. So thank you very much to him.
And we got Steve. We got Steve keeping us in line.
Steve
from the comment section. He can't. The thing is, right? The man's literally lying in hospital on his deathbed, and he still just can't take a break. Like I messaged him this week because he asked me if I was going to be right for the show because I hadn't spoken to him since last week where I was unable to jump on. And he messaged me, "You're going to be right for this week?" I was like, "Yep, no problems." And then, half an hour after that, he pops up on Facebook, tells everybody he's got COVID and he's in hospital. So I messaged him back and I was like, "Look, how's the Rona?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've been better." It gave me a quick sort of breakdown about how he was, he was in hospital and he was hoping to be discharged. So the man's on his deathbed and he's still just like, "Right, come on, guys. I want you here for 7. I want you doing this. I want you doing that." Like, have a sleep, you useless prick. Like, take a break. Spend some time with your family. He's literally jumping in.
Oh, yeah. How are you, Steve? Are you okay? At least give us a thumbs up or something.
I can't deal. What are you doing?
What a guy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Gridiron Hob. He is.
And someone's crashing. Like there's a crash car. Like someone is
live
dying.
From hospital. You cannot separate. You can't stop this man from working. God bless you, Stevie. Thanks you very much for joining us.
On a more serious note, as we can see here, this is the literal effects of what the virus can do to people. Like Steve is one of the I wouldn't say he's the healthiest bloke, but he's a hard man. And right now we've got him laid up. So
there you go.
Just because we've had Freedom Day, well, I'm not going to go pushing that as much. That's your body, your choice. But just because we've had Freedom Day, wear your mask, wash your hands. This thing is not over, guys. Like, don't be an idiot. So,
now
we're going to go to the real questions. What is your go-to meal deal?
You see, I'm a big fan of going. In the good old bad old days, it would be big loves to Stevie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
sorry.
Steve.
Yeah.
Please
cheers.
take care of yourself.
But yeah, my whole thing was it was called the Holy Trinity. It was a fillet of fish. It was quarter pounder with cheese and a McChicken sandwich. Because there's no point with fries. Fries are just filler. So you just have that.
I think they're probably talking about it like a supermarket, like the Tesco meal deal.
No, this meal deal is always. I'm always thinking McDonald's. If you're talking meal deal, then it's anything. And it's just butty that jumps out in front of you. But we know Ben's talking about McDonald's.
Do we?
Well, I'd imagine so. Ben, if you're listening in, are you talking about McDonald's? Yeah, it's been a long day, and
because I assume supermarket. I assume supermarket.
All right, well, okay, you go with what's your supermarket meal deal?
So I'm a big fan of the breakfast sandwich, like the one that's got like the sausage, bacon, or an egg in it. So the breakfast sandwich, generally some form of So there we go. He did mean supermarket, but that's a good meal. I'm a big fan of the Ribena, bottles, the juice essentially of what it is, and then there we go. And then probably some barbecue, barbecue chips, or barbecue crisps as you call them. That's my thing. I want the breakfast Sammy, the Ribena, and the barbecue, the smoky barbecue chips.
Fair play. Well, we'll go with that. I always go for the instead of the crisp, I always get the little chicken teriyaki dip of things. Big fan of that. Yeah, big fan of that. Anyway, it's on there. I mean, we can say get your vaccine, but it is entirely your body. You do as you want. We don't want to be here to preach if you're not into that sort of gig. But other than that, look out for everyone else. Don't be licking folk. Rona's still out there, as you can see by Stevie. He's very not well. But yeah, he's still got time to join us here. So we'll. Do you want to rattle through the? Well, you catch yourself. Do you want to rattle through the scores for the people that are watching now? Because a lot of these are going to start going over to full time.
Yeah, so we've just had an update from the South Wales Warriors game. Their game is called after the third quarter. So the 28-0. It was essentially though, as we saw, it was 6-0 at half time. So they've scored. South Wales has come and scored 22 points unanswered in just the third quarter alone.
Boom.
So again, not too sure what the reasoning behind that, but they have called it after the third quarter there, 28-0. So I'm just going to pop up and have a quick look. So just to rattle through these again, the last update that we got was 14-0 for the Gladiators over Ouse Valley. I'm not sure if that's final yet. And so I'm just going to start putting full time beside some of these head games, just because you haven't bothered to. We've got we've got Ollie the roving. We've got Ollie the roving reporter there, letting us know that the Sussex live updates there. So that's 16-all. We saw the most recent touchdown and 2-point conversion. Somerset, the Wyverns up 50. They came out cleanly against the Trojans, 57-0. The Stallions versus the Saints, the last update we have was 16-0 to the Stallions. The Cheetahs versus the Hornets was 27-11 to the Cheetahs over the Hornets. And the Lancashire Wolverines there, 86-7 up over the Lee Miners.
Pray for them. Pray for the Miners. Whew. Yeah. There we go.
Thanks very much, Ben. We have got that, but we appreciate it anyway. We're not going to – anybody who gives us scores, doesn't matter if they're on time, late, whatever, we appreciate all of them. Like, we're really really happy with you guys, like, jumping in the comments and letting us know. So, because we could have missed something or we could have got something wrong. So always feel free to jump in there and let us know. So the most recent update we've had for the Birmingham-Bristol game was 45-8 to Bristol. South Wales versus Worcestershire, as I mentioned, that was called at full time there at the end of the third quarter, and that was 28-0 for South Wales. We've just been told, actually, Birmingham, a deflected pass is picked off, and the Aztecs take it in for 6, additional 2-pointer, so it's now 53-8 for the Aztecs over the Bulls. So that's definitely starting to run away with that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit of a shame.
Falcons over the Railroaders, 66-0. Swindon Storm versus the Hereford Stampede is 21-6. Last update we got on that one, that was at half time. The Revolution finished their game it was called early, due to injuries, and that was in the halfway through the third, and that was 14-6 for the Rev over the Surge. Mavericks handed a pretty handy pasting there over the Thunderbolts, and that was 55-0 at full time. The last update we had was due to weather delay for the Spartans versus the Sabres game, and that was 8-0. But that game was delayed due to thunder and lightning in the area, but we haven't heard anything since. Warriors handled the Exiles quite comfortably, 49-0, and then the Olympians Blitz game was called off. It was due for a 4 p.m. kickoff. Was called off due to adverse weather. They had thunder and lightning in the area, so that game was called.
There you go. Well rounded up. But I hope I hope you've enjoyed kind of us two blithering on for today, and appreciate producer James as the rest of the full-time scores rumble in, and we see that the pop-up is run. We'll keep you up to date. We'll stick around. We'll talk sources. We'll talk meal deals. We'll talk anything else. Basically, trying to kill a little bit of time until it happens.
So the Bulls have let us know that they are struggling to move the ball and they're forced to punt, and we're under 2 minutes remaining. So obviously that game is now well and truly in the mercy rule there with Bristol up 53-8. So under 2 minutes remaining. So we would assume that that's probably going to go final very shortly.
Yeah. That's fair, but it's been a fun day. It's been kind of, I'm not going to lie, this is my first sort of like game day live experience. Is this you're an old hand at this? You've done this a few times, haven't you?
This would be my second or my third. I think so. I'm enjoying it. Pissing Steve off, making fun of you, making fun of people's teams. Like it's all the same to me. It's all I'm about. I'm just here. I think as I originally told Steve when he first tried to get me on the live streams, I was like, I'm just gonna be hot takes and controversy. That's all you're ever gonna get from me. You're never gonna get any hard hitting analysis. I'm just here for the clicks.
Yeah, so. just for the bants and the lols. And it's been wild. But anyone else, if you want to jump on, hashtag Game Day Live. If you want to ask us any questions, we're going to start kind of wrapping it up. Really, anything else in the comments? If you want to see for next week, if you want to see for anything in the future, anything like that, anything for me, anything for Oz, anything for producer Dave, or even for Steve, who is, as we see, he is watching. And so if you want to send him any appreciation, any love, you can either contact the page or you can bang it in the comments right there. And, he's still there. He's still going, bless him.
So a mate of mine's just popped up in one of my group chats, and he's just said, I've just accidentally clicked on the Gridiron Hub live stream, and I've just seen Pricey appear with his ventilated Darth Vader oxygen mask on. Jesus Christ. So
yeah. Blimey, but he's still going. He'll be fine. He'll be out soon, and everything will be gold. But so
we've got an update. We've got an update here from the Glads. So late in the fourth, Kieran gets a TD for the Glads, and with the last action of the game, Aaron makes the kick. So it looks like we've got full time there for Glads versus the Ooze Valley Eagles, 21-0. And producer James has lovely just popped it up to say Birmingham and Bristol are going full time there. So that will be a 53-8 full time score for Birmingham and Bristol. And like I said, 21-0 for Colchester over Ooze Valley. For those of you who didn't know, there was no refs at that game.
No refs.
So they had to implement a 30-minute quarters rolling clock.
Rolling clock.
So yeah.
If it works for them, it works for them. Yeah, at least they've had a game.
If in doubt, improvise, and that's how you get
just
it done.
blag it. Some fella on the sideline going, "That'll do you." Yeah, that'll do you. Nice one, Dave.
It's just the guy with the chains running up and down, going 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Just Britball things
for 30 minutes. How many seconds are in there?
Oh God! Can you beat Oz? How quickly can you? How many seconds are in? What is that? 2 hours worth of play?
Well, I was just going to go for a quarter, because what would it be?
Oh right, 30.
Because if you got 30 minutes and you got 60 seconds, what's that, like 1,800 seconds in a 30-minute clock? Is that right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
60 seconds in a minute, 30 minutes, so 60 times 30. Well, yeah, 1,800. Am I somebody let me know if my maths is off on that. So that would be So that would be what 7,200 seconds in an hour. In a game.
Why is this? I mean, this is turning. I mean, we've been live now for 3 hours 23 minutes. There's been 2 instances of Ozmaths where you've brought in math and you're bringing in more math. I didn't realize this was it was an educational program. I thought
this is Blue Peter. Like, this is 100%
this is it. And so, if you want to, draw on the back of an envelope and send it in, we'll give you a Blue Peter badge. But yeah, so I'm just looking in, but yeah, you've already given the Cultures of Glads one, but it's been good. It's been fun. It's been wild for the Manchester Titans. Obviously, Steve, that's the only reason he's still clued in is to see if
that's
that
the only reason he's still alive.
Still going ahead.
That's the only reason. That's the only thing he's got left to live for is will they give us a final score of the friendly?
And the thing is we all know that. No, they've just knocked. No. Yeah. They've knocked the shades out of each other, and they just go like that. I don't know. So,
we definitely put the ball in your end zone more than you put it in ours, so we still won. So
this is when they said, "No, you didn't." We did though. No, you didn't. Well, what's the score? We don't know. Who cares? We'll all go for a beer and call it a day.
So there's. I'm not gonna name names. But someone's just. No. Someone's just sent me a lovely little bit of shade aimed at the O's because obviously the O's and last score wins it. That's very true. Yes. That is very true. Yes. It's always last score wins. Everybody knows the rules. So obviously the Blitz and O's game has been cancelled due to adverse weather. And if you remember, the O's scheduled a game against, I believe it was Solent recently because there was, and James can probably correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure the O's scheduled a game against Solent as like an outer division friendly to just get some game time. And a mate of mine has just popped up and said with the Blitz O's games being cancelled, the O's are going to reschedule with a different team outside of London so they don't have to play the Blitz again.
Oh. Remember how we're all about controversy? Right here on Game Day Live.
Then the Glads have come through and just confirmed that is full time. So final score: Ouse Valley Eagles 0, Colchester Gladiators 21. So go the Glads for Crazy Dave. Go the Glads,
Crazy Dave. Come on, like wherever you are. 3
hours down the track.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Crazy Dave. But so the ticker's up to date, I assume. So we'll rattle through. Stallions 16, Oxford Saints 0, Cheetahs 27, Hornets 11, Lee Miners. I don't really even want to say it. They lost 86-7 to Lancashire Wolverines. That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is a proper drubbing. But good on them. At least they've made the jump from 8v8 up to 11-11. Ouse Valley Eagles, we've just had the confirmation that is full time. Ouse Valley 0, Colchester Gladiators 21, Sussex Thunder 16. Bournemouth, we had a live report from that. Oh, maybe back in a minute. It's currently 16-16. Ollie's saying he may be back on. We will find out where we're up to with that. Torbay Trojans 0, Somerset Wyverns 57. Wembley Stallions 16, Oxford Saints 0. I can't wait to see if Ollie comes back on. Bournemouth threatening. Oh, we like this. Hertfordshire Cheetahs 27, Hornets 11, and that's where we're around to the start. If you want to flip to the other ticker.
So I can indeed. I've just had a question asked to me and they've requested that they remain anonymous. And they've just said, was the Thunderbolts game a full game, or did Hastings reskinned give up early again?
Oh. Moving on, so
is it just me or is it not so bright in here? Because there's a hell of a lot of shade going on right now.
Jesus. Crew 0, Leicester 66, Staffordshire Surge 6, Shropshire 14, and we can go live to Ollie at the sideline.
We got 1st and 10 on the 20. Bournemouth 16-16. There's about 8.5 left in the fourth. Timeout Thunder. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. You know, we were on board. How's it looking? They say they're threatening. Do you reckon this could go in?
The way Bournemouth put this drive together, the rain has given up a little bit. They're able to pass and run at will. It's certainly interesting.
Smashing. Well, while we wait for that, Bulls 8, Aztecs 52, as we heard before. Black Knights 0, South Wales Warriors 28, Swindon Storm 21, Hereford Stampede 6. In the Mercia, we saw Crew get absolutely whomped by the Falcons, 66-0. The Surge, we've already covered, 6, Shropshire 14. So we'll see what happens now with this. If they come out and punch it in.
Did I hear South Wales and the number 28 associated? Because Aaron will know I'm not too keen on that combination.
Yeah, it pretty much ruined Ollie's career.
I'm back. I'm good.
You lost your prime, though. You lost your prime.
I'm good. Here we go.
We got
a play action. He's rolled out. He's gone deep. That's going to be a pick. That's a pick. Oh, dear.
Unlucky. That was looking really good, but he just threw it a little short.
Oh, dear. Oh, Mr. Briggs looking happy.
So that's a turnover then. So that will be Sussex back out on offense. And Bournemouth got a long walk back.
So we've got an update from... Oh, sorry, I'll let you go, Ollie. Go.
They have changed the quarterback with Solent. They've got Sam Chance in, who's the ex-Dreadnoughts and current Portsmouth Destroyers QB. He was moving the ball really nicely on the previous drive, but it just stalled out.
You mean Sussex, not Solent?
That'll be the one.
I've played with Sam. I've walked the sideline when Sam's played, and he's. I was a little bit sort of curious to see why he wasn't in the game after hearing that he was on the team. So,
blimey, there you go. They only brought that out to what, the 3?
I think that was for no gain because they were on the 4th.
Yeah, frightening. We'll stay with this for a little bit. We've brought you most of the other the scores, ladies and gentlemen. There's not an awful lot of change now. I think, like I say, we're into a lot of these are coming into full time. So stick with. So we'll see what happens with Sussex versus Bournemouth. They're about to go out now.
Sam.
Oh, that's going to be a loss of 1 there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be marked down as a sack.
Oh no, no. Yeah. That is a loss of 1. We have got 3rd and 11. 12. 2.5. It's happy Mr. Briggs.
So we had an update from Birmingham Bulls, and they've said the game ends 53-8 by their count, but the scoreboard leaves 57-8. Either way, they lost. Good luck to the Aztecs for the rest of the season. And the Aztecs have just tweeted out a picture of the scoreboard where it is showing the 57-8. So we've got a little bit of a disconnect between those two scores, but either way, it's 45 points.
It's not great.
Yeah,
and he's swallowed up, and there we go.
That is a loss as well. That's a
Ollie,
loss.
we've got a question for you there, Ollie Kamara. How long is left?
There was about 8.5 when I came and joined you again. 8.5 in the 4th.
Right, so we're probably at about 6.5 now.
Something like that.
What are we looking at? Are we looking at like a third and 14 or something?
No. We got 4th down now. 4th down. We're punting. They've had some special teams issues, missing some guys. And we got Torbay trotting out.
You mentioned that there was a punt that went over someone's. A snap that went over someone's head as well. So we could see a safety here as well.
Long snap is pretty solid here.
Oh, blimey! Oh, that was unnecessary.
Your lead blocking not so much.
Delay of game. That's coming back.
Oh, no.
Delay of game.
How far outside the goal line are they?
They must be on the 2.
They're going to be on about the 1 when they
I
snap
was going to
this.
say, are we looking at like the half yard? Yeah, 1 yard, half yard mark?
Yeah. No, they've
Maybe.
had some centre exchange issues, but they are playing the white line today, not the blue line. So let's just watch his back foot.
Oh, wow. And that's exactly what that ref in front of you is doing. He's up.
That's a nice punt. But he's still in their half.
Hey, I was going to say, it's not for a
He's
mega game.
gone to about the 45.
Superb.
Well, I'm sure we'll probably hear from you shortly if we're if they get back inside the red zone.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing in probably the next 5 minutes or so, I think we're probably going to look at calling it because I'm starving.
I was fortunate enough to have a glamorous assistant bring me some sandwiches, so I'm all right. I'm okay for a little bit.
I thought Steve was in the hospital.
He is, bless him. It's a long-suffering Mrs. Ireland.
He would definitely be the glamorous assistant for any of us.
All right, so but yeah.
3.5, I've just heard. 3.5 in the fourth.
3.5.
So.
Referee's timeout.
All right, fair enough.
I'm just having a check to see if anything else has been popped on socials from any of the other teams, but it looks like most of the games are pretty much done.
Here we go. Clock's in. It's a run. He's bouncing. Still try and get you closer to the action.
Just walk on the pitch. Be fine.
Not welcome.
You need like a GoPro mount or something for your hat so you can just run up and down the sideline.
Look like more of a tit.
Message there as Soph Day saying Bulls 8, Aztecs 53. Thank you for that. There seems to be a few different versions of what it was, but we just know that the Bulls lost
by lots.
But by quite an amount.
The last update that we got for the Stallions Saints game was 16-0 to the Stallions.
Got it.
Oh, he's wide open. He's got to be. They've got to be inside the red zone now, pretty much.
That's 1st and 10 on the 23. That'll be
on the 23.
And I have seen their kicker warming up on the sideline, so they might just try and sneak themselves up to 19.
I was going to say we there's no overtime or anything in Britball, is there? It's literally just a tie.
I think you get a period or two. Can't remember.
So we've had an update from the Saints, as I mentioned this. So the game was called before halftime due to lightning. So against the the big old sack.
Oh, wow.
OC. So we've been told that OT is in NCAA rules, so there is a possibility of OT. So the game was called before halftime due to lightning. 23-0 to the Stallions over the Oxford Saints.
Fair play, good win.
So I'm not sure if James is still with us. So we'll get that one updated. Alternate drives from T20.
Ah, got you.
Yeah, we did see that one, so thanks very much for that. I know that must have been painful to type for anybody that just likes football. Doesn't matter who you support.
86-7. Crikey, oh blimey.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Rolling.
I've got to be honest. Bournemouth have got to do a little bit of self-scouting. They have got a real tendency of running on first down.
Let me just get that one up. So it looks like the friendly's been called between Manchester and Northumberland. The final score of no bloody idea to probably a little bit less based on Twitter.
Some versus who knows? Who
Yeah.
cares?
Final score: if we scored more than you did, we didn't score as much as you did. And they've just they've put a shout out to the Vikings, saying thanks for coming down and traveling down for today's game.
Down.
Oh, they are walking up then.
Yeah, well, we're inside
First and
the
10 on the
2-minute
12.
warning. So inside the 2-minute warning, 1st and 10 on the 12. And this is definitely within field goal range. Now, this kicker did pull one left earlier on, we saw. But he also hit the extra point that we saw as well. So you never know.
Timeout, Bournemouth.
In that timeout, do you want to rattle through them all for one and last one, buddy? And then
what's happened to the Hornets this year? Well, I think last time I looked, they were doing okay, were they? Or were they losing?
I think they were losing.
No, they were. They were losing to the Cheetahs. I'm not
go.
too sure, Glenn. I think they also lost against the Stallions when they played them last as well. So, but while we just wait for this for the end of this timeout, we'll quickly run through. So we've got. Oh, helps if I bring that back up. In the 7 division, we've got the Bulls losing to the Aztecs. It's a little bit contentious what the final score was. Some have said 53-8. Some have said 57-8. We've got the South Wales Warriors over 28-0 over the Worcestershire Black Knights. Swindon Storm are up against the Stampede last time we heard, and that was 21-6. Mercia division, we've got the Falcons running rampant over the Railroaders 66-0. The Shropshire Revolution beat the Staffordshire Surge 14-6. That game was called halfway through the first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's gone. He's gone. He's in. He's in.
No?
No. Oh, there's a flag.
There's a flag. Oh.
While we wait
the
for
referee.
while we wait for the
cornerback down.
Yeah, someone down in the corner, and it's a cornerback down in the corner. While we wait for an update on the flag and the injury, we've got the Southeast Division. So we got the Thunderbolts. They got absolutely drubbed by East Kent Mavericks 55-0. We are unsure what the most recent update on the Spartans Essex Sabres game, East Essex Sabres game is, sorry. Last update we had was 8-0, and there was weather going on that was affecting that game as well. We had the Warriors beat the Exiles 49-0, and the Blitz Olympians game was abandoned due to adverse weather conditions. And then if we look at the other division there, so we've got East Anglia. We had the Colchester Gladiators beat the Ouse Valley Eagles 21-0. That game was called at the end of the third quarter, I think. No, it wasn't. It was full-time, sorry. Full-time, late in the fourth, they went up 21-0. As we can see with Ollie here, we've got him on site. We got 16-16 late in the fourth between the Bobcats and the Thunder. Southwest Division, we had the Somerset Wyverns put up their first 50-point victory ever, 57-0 over Torbay Trojans. Thames Valley Division, we had the Stallions beat the Oxford Saints 23-0. That game was called before halftime due to lightning. The Cheetahs, last time we heard, were up 27-11 over the Hornets. I'm not sure if that's full-time or not. And then we had a full-time 86-7 annihilation of the Wolverines over the Lee Miners. So we've got to be...
Slapping.
So we've got to be probably within the last minute here, but we have got a player down in the far corner, so it's not something you ever like to see.
Looks like he's getting up. That's what we like to see.
Oh, super!
Yes, there we go. Happy to see that, being able to walk off under his own steam onto the sideline there. So
that is the starting free safety, Dan DeLucia.
Oof!
That is going to be troublesome.
Well, we wish all the best there.
Wish them all the very best here from Gridiron Hub, and hopefully, not wanting to take away from the injury, but hopefully we get to see the end of this match now. What are they on? That's. Did you say there was a flag on the play for that last one?
Yeah, there was a flag dropped down from the official on the side, but it appears to have been taken off.
So
but they are. It looks like they have brought it back. First and 9? Is that even possible? First and 9?
Britball things. Who
I've got to be honest,
knows?
guys. My battery is dying, so better
Oh,
hurry
wow.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. The ball goes up and then Ollie drops out.
Yeah, that would be disastrous. Come on. Come on, boys. Throw it about a bit. Here we go. We're all holding our breath to see if this potentially goes in or we, after all the battery goes. Well, they're having a think about it. They're having a chat. Come on. There's still more considerations. Are they waiting for this gentleman to come onto the sideline? There you go. Thank you, ref. There we go. There's the shout, and it looks like we're lining back up. This could be it. Hold on to your underpants, boys and girls.
Yeah, so we've had the 2-minute warning. We're inside. We're probably inside the last minute, I would say now. Oh, he's stuffed for a loss.
That might have been their momentum gone.
Oh.
They have still. You have mentioned that you've seen the kicker warming up on the sideline. They're definitely within field goal range. I think they've probably got one timeout left, I believe.
I think that's right, yeah.
Unless they've just taken one now.
Oh, they've just taken one.
Yeah, so I think that's their final timeout.
Now that is their final timeout.
All right, okay.
They are trotting a whole new unit out.
I was going to say, is this it? Is this them having a go? Just kicking it? And we'll find out if they kick it.
I think they are. Yep, they're lining it up.
They're going to kick it.
They are.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. It was loud down the old headphones. Oh.
Yeah. An all or nothing moment.
This is it.
The tension is palpable.
It's down. It's blocked. It's blocked.
It's blocked.
I'm not sure what they're doing. Right. Well, this just got a bit more interesting. I'm not sure why they were kicking it on second. There mustn't be much left in the quarter.
I was going to say you've got to be. So we've got an update from the Swindon game. Start of quarter 4. Swindon is still up over Hereford, 21-6. For anybody who actually cares about any of the other games.
So,
well, any of the other games that are ongoing.
Hold up. They're calling the defense back out.
Oh, well, wow. Controversial times.
Wait a minute.
Here at Bournemouth versus Sussex.
They're kicking again. They're kicking again.
Why not?
Timeout, Thunder.
Timeout, Thunder. We may as well stay as long as your battery survives, and then see what happens, because we've had timeout failed. Timeout. Could this be it? I wonder if they tried to actually ice their own kicker.
I'm just chatting with a member of the Sussex team, and they've told me that the reason that they're re-kicking is apparently it didn't make the line. I don't know what that means, but my assumption is that I don't even. What?
Okay, who knows? What, mate?
Here we go. No,
here we go. No,
we have no officials under the posts. This has gone into complete disarray, guys.
This is Britball. This is Britball.
Britball.
Wait a minute.
Are you meant to be there, sir?
Oh, here we go.
There we go, sir.
Right. Let's see.
Right, here we go.
I think even the kicker's lost interest now.
No, yeah. Just have a go, lad.
I've got a sneaky feeling we might have a fake here, guys.
We're all waiting with bated breath.
I know, yeah.
We've got 42 people on stream wanting to see what this is going to bring.
Could this be it? Could this be the Bournemouth Bobcats' time to go absolutely bananas?
Well, while we're waiting, we've had Daniel chip in and let us know that the Cheetahs Hornets game has gone full time. So we appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bud. Here we go.
Snap's good.
Flick.
Hold down. It's up. It's got it. It's in.
It's
It got it.
It's good. Is it? Oh, yep. He's signaling. That is the kick. Is good. With little time left there, you got to be thinking that is the game there.
You got to go for broke if you're Sussex. You got to go Hail Mary or nothing.
Yeah, you've got to be. This is going to be laterals all over the show on this return.
Yeah.
You just be thinking, oh, just pass it back, keep the clock going, keep the ball running. How long? Do you know how long we've got left? Is it seconds, minutes? We must be talking. Last minute.
So apparently the kick was blocked by their own player.
Just over 30 seconds.
It didn't pass the line of scrimmage. They kicked it, hit the guy in the back, and they got another kick. That is what I've been told from a reputable person on the Sussex side.
Just
hit their own guy, and they got another kick.
Mr. Briggs has informed me we have 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
So you heard it here first. Kick the ball into your own player, get another kick.
Here we go.
Mr. Kelly with the returner is
He's
quite a returner, but he's out on the 20.
Here we go. Keep the clock. Yeah, like you say, this is Hail Mary territory now. You might have one or two sort of like mid-range passes, but you think, stuff it.
You got to play sideline. If you're Bournemouth, you're probably playing some form of cover 3. You're happy to leave the middle of the field open because I think Sussex has they used one timeout on that drive. Is that right in thinking?
I believe they used one earlier as well.
Okay, so they've got.
It looks like they've only got one safety up. He's not all that deep.
He is not all that deep.
Mr. Chance has got an arm. He's going.
He's thinking. Boom.
Oh. He had him. Bit more air on that. That was gone.
Yeah, that was.
That receiver is not happy. And now he's hurt, isn't he?
Oh dear. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we're into the last 30 seconds or so of Sussex versus Bournemouth Bobcats.
Bobcats do lead currently.
Yeah, by one field goal.
So I've just been told that there's 20 seconds left and Sussex still has 2 timeouts.
Fair play.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like I have to agree.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. He's rolling.
Right,
He's
He's beat him.
Boom.
Oh, it's a bat down.
Oh, that's great coverage.
Well played, sir.
So what are we? We're 3rd down now, and I would say that probably chewed up about 7-8 seconds worth of the clock there.
Something like that.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh, wait, 10 seconds to snap the ball. That's 10 seconds to snap the ball.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Not bad.
They'll call a timeout here, probably have a think about it and think, you know what, launch it.
We got Ross in here. He's cheering for the Bobcats. That's one thing we probably should have asked for.
3 deep safeties now.
There you go. Proven.
There we go. There's your cover 3.
Oh,
that's a catch.
That's a catch. Go down. Timeout.
That's game over, guys.
He's got timeout. No, they called it.
Yeah, he's got. Did they call a timeout?
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, I was going to say they had 2 timeouts. I was told they had 2 timeouts left. So.
Yeah, with only a few seconds.
I was going to say this. You haven't got time to get down anymore. You can't kick it field goal. This is end zone or broke.
Do you want me to try and get down to the other end zone, or do you want me to stay on the side?
Yeah, get down to the end zone.
I'm going for a waddle.
Yes, run.
Like the wind.
The wind is bad.
Oh,
You've got one shot. You've got one shot at this. There's no
I'm here,
time
I'm
to
here.
get.
I made
There's
it.
no time for completion.
He's here. Let's go. Let's go.
And timeout.
Oh. This is tense stuff. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen right in front of us.
He's got him beat. He's got him beat. Oh, it's a duck.
He's underthrown it. He caught it, but no, incomplete.
Got a man down.
Oh, crikey. Was that frustration or pain? Well, I don't know.
No, that's pain.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, we're taking knees all over the place.
I'm
Ooh.
So I think we can
pull the game. That's the game.
We've got full-time score then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Our man on the sideline, Ollie de Ruyter.
Cheers, Ollie.
All right, guys. See you later.
Take it easy, mate. Thanks very much. So we got the full-time score there. Sussex versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth take the victory there. 19-16 on the field goal inside the last 2 minutes. A little bit of controversy. I don't know how you can kick the ball into your own player and then get told just because it didn't pass the line of scrimmage, you get to take a re-kick.
It's not a rule I've ever heard of. I'm not going to lie. You're like,
hashtag.
Well, it's just a crap kick. You just fluffed it.
So we've still got a couple of games that are still going. Swindon is one of them. I think that's about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
Yeah. So we're going to... Yeah, exactly. That isn't the wind, it's Ollie's panting. We are going to call it there, guys. Just one more quick rundown of the scores for everybody. So in the East Anglia Division, we had the Gladiators beat the Eagles 21-0. We just saw in the South Division, Bournemouth take out Sussex 19-16. Somerset beat Torbay 57-0 in the South West Division. Thames Valley, Wembley 23-0 over Oxford. Hertfordshire 27-11 over the Hornets. And in the Red Rose Division, Lancashire absolutely smashed the Lee Miners 86-7. I do have to say Lee Miners, not the Miners.
Yeah.
And then we move on to 7. We had Birmingham go down 57-8 to Bristol. A little bit of contention around that. Some people have said 53-8. Doesn't matter. You got slapped by at least 45. South Wales beat Worcestershire 28-0. Swindon, we've just heard, we're up going into quarter 4, 21-6. Falcons beat the Railroaders 66-0. Revolution beat the Surge 14-6 when that game was called early. The Mavericks beat what has been called Hastings Reskinned, a.k.a. the Sussex Thunderbolts, 55-0. Last we heard, the Spartans were up 8-0 over the Satyrs, but that was a weather-delayed game. We haven't heard anything further. London Warriors beat the Exiles 49-0. And the Olympians Blitz game was abandoned due to adverse weather conditions. I am Oz. That's Mike. That is
Stang. There you go. Well, we gave all our very best to Stevie Price in hospital. From Ollie, and everyone else at Gridiron Hub. All the very best to you, mate. I hope you've enjoyed it. We can. Why not? We can start referring to as Lee Miners. They are the French kids, les enfants. So thank you very much for joining us. Oz, is there anything else from you? And
no,
it's been emotional.
It was a slow start. We are glad that you've all stuck with us. But if you are associated with the team, get those socials working. Hashtag Gameday Live. Get on those Twitter accounts. Even on the Instagram, hashtags work on there. We'll see it all. Ollie, thank you very much for being our man on the sideline. We really appreciated it.
And if anybody else,
always. Come on, James, turn your camera on so we can get you back in here. Anybody else, if you want to take an Ollie role, if you are going to be at these games and you want to be Chris Kamara / Ollie de Ruyter, let us know. Drop us a message and we'll jump on. We'll get you in the stream.
Big thanks to King Ryan as well, keeping us up to date.
Yes.
There.
Oh yes, Ryan of the week with the London, all of the London updates. Our man there. So I'm Oz. That's Stan. We are Gridiron Hub, Gameday Live, and we are out of here. Thank you very much.
See you later.